Everything's upstairs in the closet, dog. Just take it.
Money, money, I love that money.
Lucas.
Money, 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 money. You don't really wanna play. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't wanna be the one who always really talk about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Cause money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Money, 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 make you shut him mouth. Don't never ever talk about it if you never had the clout. You don't know what to say, stay up out of my way. Cause money, 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 make him shut him mouth. Keep playing with this goonies, boy, I'm gonna have to make the call. Stay in bounds on your pivot, boy, if you gon' ball. Cause a lot of niggas be fake, and you really can't play. Cause we done got it out the mud, nigga, what you talking about? Screaming, oh my God, money got me pride. They living a lie, look into my eyes, they might seem surprised. This is homicide, we just multiply. We been on the rise. If we got some wings, fuck it, we gon' have to fly. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Day in my life, take me a different route. And use all my case, niggas on my face. You can get it erased, what you talking about? Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Cause money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't wanna be the one who always really talk about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Cause money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. You never crossing these borders. I'm whipping it up, Gordon Ramsay. I swear that I'm cooking these orders. You talk about me, you better just hope that you can just really afford it. I'm ballin', I'm ballin', I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm feeling like Robert Tahori. Nigga, I'm scoring. I count in the morning. They talk about me, then I gotta ignore it. My bitches be foreign, so independent, my money be corporate. These rappers is boring. You hate me and I'm always gonna adore it. I'm smoking that soaring. She always go ahead and let me explore it. I call her my Dora. You can go and talk about me, I ain't flawless. I go put my all in. If a nigga talk about me, then I'm gone in. You know that I'm gone in. Jump in, take trips, Pompeii. All day, always keep 3 stacks like Andre. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, man. And you can never, ever, ever get rid of that. So watch what you say, and watch how you do. If you playing the game, then you play by the rules. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Cause money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't wanna be the one who always really talk about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Cause money, 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 money's what I'm talking about.
Money is what I'm talking about. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, so CP3 just want the big boy glass.
Told you, man. Told you. I needed a drink today, baby.
Well, you gonna get a drink today.
Never lie. I'm trying something new.
You gonna get a drink today. You gonna get a drink today, sir.
Yeah, some things happen after this bottle get open, so I I don't know what to expect after
So,
mine.
so, any young thoughts in the any young thoughts in the with the Capitol Heights area, Landover area,
Clinton area now.
Clinton area?
Clinton area.
Like, want to make $40 tonight? Towards the end of this show, call the call-in number.
Yeah.
Call me
I might even
now.
have 45.
Oh
Oh,
Lord.
you tipping? Oh, you tipping?
Tipping $5. Bless your heart.
Hey man, trying to just holler, man. Trying to
Oh,
holler. You know
okay.
how
Yes,
you
sir.
So, first of all, we gotta get a rest in peace. Well, first off, Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New
You know,
Year.
first new show.
First new show of the new year. Now we did lose, unfortunately, Ozone from breaking 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Um,
And he was friends with the guy from Houdini who just passed away earlier in the
Ecstasy,
month.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's 2020 was crazy. It's 2020
Yeah.
starting out just as crazy out there. 2021, I mean.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you'll probably remember this artist. I woke up to some news that we had the artist on the show several times. D'Amico Star, his 22-year-old daughter was murdered this morning.
I saw
What?
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did see that.
Gee,
So we're gonna want to send our prayers and
Yeah.
and condolences.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
One of my friends of the show, Nadia, she had told me about it this morning.
Yeah, I saw his
Um,
post.
I anytime, loss of life is always sad, but especially when you're burying your child,
Yeah.
um,
In such a
that's
tragic
just tough.
way too.
Yeah, that's real tough. That's real tough.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I saw his post this morning. It kind of messed me up a little bit. I have a 19-year-old, so
yeah. Oops. So yeah. So the Dallas Cowboys lost today to the New York Giants. By the way.
Yes, they did. I watched most of that game. Well, some of that
congrats,
game. So,
congrats.
yeah, the Giants are awaiting the game tonight at 8 o'clock between the Washington football team and the Eagles to see if they
Mhm.
will be the NFC East champions and going to the playoffs, or if the Washington football team wins, they will be the NFC East champions at 7-9 and will be hosting a playoff game in the first weekend, wild card weekend of the NFL playoffs.
Mhm.
Uh, I was going to do a pregame show, but other things happened.
So
So
what are your predictions against Philly tonight?
my predictions, I'm on the record saying last week, saying as late as today, that I believe the Washington football team will beat Philly
I agree.
because they that performance we saw last week. If you tuned in to Sports on the Hill podcast, we delved deep into it along with Dwayne Haskins getting released
Mhm.
after his piss poor performance, after getting caught on tape at a strip event with no mask on for his second coronavirus violation. They fined him $40,000, took his captaincy
Mhm.
of the team, and honestly, he would have been cut when the
Anyway.
news broke if Alex Smith was 100% last week. They wanted to give him an honest try because they felt that they would have cut him after that. They would have felt like around the league that they did him wrong, did him dirty. So
Mhm.
they gave him the opportunity, knowing he was a starter, to go in there and prepare like he was a starter. And you saw the result. And then you saw a guy they signed off the practice squad not 10 days ago be able to get points and get the team back in the game.
Uh huh.
And you can see that unfortunately maturity is an issue with this kid. We talked about the pressure of him being the quarterback for his hometown team and having maybe some of the wrong people in his circle, and him not having the fire and desire to want to be great, because you have Alex Smith in front of you, who's one of the hardest working quarterbacks in the league, who just had 17 surgeries,
Mhm.
not just to play football again, but to save his life.
Right.
And he's out there balling, going to practice on his days off, going studying film, and you coming in there half a day on Tuesdays,
And
not
turning
really,
your nose up at help.
yeah, and you're talking back to folks that's trying to help you and critique you. And those 7 weeks that he was on the bench when he should have been working on his footwork, his mechanics, and his technique, obviously we saw that in the last 2 games that he wasn't doing that.
Right.
So everyone that wants to make it a race issue, we talked about this on the show also. You need to look yourself in the mirror and wonder why you are the way you are because you must be a participation award winner because they gave this guy every chance to get better and he didn't take advantage of it. And then to make your point, him being a black quarterback, he should know that he has to work harder and be better than everyone else to succeed. And he didn't take that opportunity. So either way you slice it, he had opportunity and he wasted
Yo, I can tell when you serious. You get the deep voice.
Right.
It's not me, right? You can hear the
Right.
deep voice,
I
right?
remember we talked about
it.
that.
Yeah, because I'm talking, we talking sports and when we talking the other stuff, that's when, all the fun come out. But, when I'm talking sports, I got to kick it to real knowledge and insight, unlike some of these schools in the DC sports.
Man, you get that. You
And
get
then
that.
he's shady too.
I mean, I
Yeah,
gotta
he
throw
shade.
shade.
Man,
He's so shady.
you don't throw shade. That nigga throw sun.
Because some of these folks don't belong on the radio. That's all I gotta
Oh.
say. They
So-
don't.
who?
I should be. Oh,
So-
Never.
well, I've called them out
No,
before.
no,
So-
They've already blocked me on social media.
I'm about to get. Somebody pour me some bullet real quick, and then we about to. Cause I gotta talk about this Young Thug Jay-Z comment.
I definitely can take a shot on that.
Hotmess.com. I guess I'm bartender today.
Yes.
Today,
So CP3, what are we drinking?
we are drinking, what is it, a whiskey bourbon called Bullet.
You requested it.
I've never been able to partake of this before. He told me about the history with some of our compadres. Rest in peace, and some that are here that aren't. So I said, why not?
So
I'm
this
not
was,
driving a 9.
so this shout out for GOP. Always rest in power.
GOP, baby.
So you're supposed to tap her glass. Yeah, never mind.
He said he wanted to tap the drink.
I was thinking about tapping that ass, and you threw me off.
Ooh.
See, I can't.
You would
Ooh.
be
Tapping glass,
I
tapping
need
ass.
you to distinguish. I
That's
need
why I didn't. I
some
just took my
clarity.
drink. That's why I just took
You
my
know
drink.
what? Anyway, we're just gonna buy that.
I'm just saying.
You might want to scoot your chair over to
Right, that's what I was doing. I was like, who? We are not acting the fool in 2021.
Oh, we on the wrong show.
So
But that kind of fool.
so Young Thug made the comment, and then he tried to back talk his way out
Mhm.
that a stadium, not even clubs, but he said he could do 30 stadiums where they can chant, where he would have people chanting his name.
No, he
It-
said when he goes,
Okay,
they know 30 songs.
30 songs. I'm sorry.
30 of his songs.
Does he even have 30 songs?
And for those listening, comment. Let us know if you know 30 Young Thug songs off the top of your head.
First of all, I don't even know who Young Thug is.
Oh.
And the fact that he would even tell me, see, I'm a Jay-Z fan, so just the fact when you sent me this, I didn't even read it. Just the headline alone, I was like, I think I even said,
There was
there's
a
no
video.
reason even
There
to
was a
comment.
video that went with it. You
So-
should watch that.
Oh, God.
So
Mhm. I
so
watched the video.
shout out to my homeboy Waves. His Caterpillars Are Us is also a sponsor. They we do like car repair.
Mhm.
They're a sponsor at the bar now. But real talk, like if you're 30 and over, I want to know if anybody 30 and over actually can name 5 songs of Young Thug.
Right.
I know 20-year-olds that know Jay-Z songs.
Right.
And
And they know who Jay-Z is. There are a lot of people who don't know who Young Thug is.
yeah. And his catalog includes his mixtapes. He has more mixtapes than albums.
Right.
And to make an ass, and then to be like, oh, well, I was just talking fast. Nah, you was feeling yourself, and to make a comment on a level of a person on that stature.
Right. And on the interview, he backpedaled seriously. Because they was like, but Jay-Z got a lot. Like, they looking at him like, Jay-Z got a lot. He was like, well, no, not him, like, specifically. But no, you said him
You
specifically.
said him
You say
specifically.
you was high when you said that.
Well,
shit. You
it was
talking.
literally in the same conversation. It was 2 seconds
Oh.
later.
Oh, Lord. Oh, he put a Rick James?
Yeah, he was like, because, they don't know the 30 of Jay-Z songs like that. And
Like-
I was like, what?
Like out of all the rappers to name though, like he actually named a rapper who can fill up stadiums.
Yeah, and do you know Jay-Z's stats? Really? dude, you can't even
But the
touch
thing is, you know,
his
he's not
stats.
even going to. He's not even going to acknowledge the
No, he's
comment.
not because Jay Z is the reason why we know who 50 Cent is. Real talk. Let's keep it there. Because that guy's not gonna say nothing about 50 Cent the whole time. Jay Z is the reason why a lot of people even knew who 50 Cent was.
I mean, I'm about a dollar. What the fuck is 50 Cent? And he wasn't even mad at How to Rob. He liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But to say it like that, more people recognized who he was.
Right. Exactly. They're like, who he talking about? He's talking
Yeah.
about 50 Cent. Who is this guy?
I
And looked
honestly
into
didn't
him.
know. I didn't know who it was. Even when after you met, I didn't give a fuck who 50
And
Cent
But
was.
I'm just saying, a
I
lot
know
of
a lot
people
of folks. Yeah,
he
I
put
mean,
on
put
the
him
map.
on by
So
saying
if
his
50
name.
Cent is one of the greater,
so
rappers to some of these young kids, oh, if it wasn't for Jay Z, a lot of people wouldn't even look into who 50 Cent was.
exactly.
True.
So and one of our guests ways just said, which is true. Jay Z has anthems,
Yep.
not songs.
Yep.
I was.
Anthems.
I agree.
I just happened to be listening to some Jay Z today at work, and I was
Of
just going
course
through.
you are.
I was just going through some of the catalogs. I mean, Blueprint 3, the Lifetime Volume 3,
I like the Black Album.
the Black.
The Black Album was vicious.
Tell
I
me
like
why they got Fade to Black
Yeah.
was coming up was on
Mhm.
Showtime, and I got it on
And you was watching
DVD.
it.
I watched it again,
Hmm.
and it's like the 100th time. But
Look at you. He's like a super fan. Look at him.
because
He's like lighting up.
because just his thought process, man. I love the way he thinks.
Look at Jay Z making a thug smile.
Because he is
That
one
might
of
be the
he,
next album, How to Make a Thug Smile.
he is one of my role models. Honestly, I look up to him
That's
because
good.
he was able to take the streets and translate it into business and become a billionaire.
Yeah, he's a business. He's a
So
good businessman.
yeah, so I try to implement some of the thought process. So whatever interviews I can see or get delve into how he thinks, I
You
want
try
to
to soak it
incorporate.
up.
Yeah, and try to incorporate into what I'm
Man,
trying
you
to do
using a
as
lot
a
of
man.
big words. That bullet is bringing it out in you.
And I'm looking at him and he's like lighting up his whole face.
Because when it comes to being a businessman, you can talk about what you want to about his rap style or whatever or what he was as a rapper, but you can't knock him for the businessman that he is.
True.
And the shit that he's done, and then and that was 2004 when that came
That's true.
out. So 16 years, it's like he was a prophet to his
Oh,
own life.
whoa,
It was like he saw
whoa.
it coming.
Wait. This thug right here sitting next to me just said Jay Z is a prophet.
Damn.
I'm
Wow.
speaking for his. I mean, for his own life, he saw what was on the horizon for him.
But that happens often in hip hop for people that we consider the greats. They rap and they say certain things and then they turn around and they're like that really happened. And I feel like what you rap about sometimes you manifest, and
Yeah.
that's what's up.
So, Snoop Dogg did answer.
Yeah.
So Snoop Dogg did answer the diss that Eminem did, and he was like, "Yo, should I really answer?" He's like, "Pray that I don't answer this stupid shit or silly shit or something like that." Um,
I feel like when you're at a certain level, you don't have to respond
yeah,
because it's like, first of
he
all, people gonna follow behind you and they're gonna be like, man, shut up, and they're gonna take up for you. That's number one. Number two, your your catalog, your stats, all that speaks for itself.
I think even with both of them, it's one of those things where um, like beefing with Snoop Dogg is a different type of beef because real niggas will get into that on some regular on some real shit. Like the little girl, what's her name? Bad Baby or
Oh yeah,
I think it was Bad Baby. It was one of them little white girls.
yeah. That's the one that was on Dr. Phil.
And her and this black dude was like they were on social media and they started disrespecting Snoop.
Hmm.
It was or Jenny Woe, one of them motherfuckers. But the Crips, the real thugs nigga got on their live and was like, "Yo, don't fuck with Snoop like that." And and next thing you know, they was apologizing. And the stupid thing was like, you had this black dude co-signing her to disrespect Snoop, a legend in the game. And then, like I said, they caught they live, and then them niggas was them niggas was like, we so sorry, Uncle Snoop.
And see,
But
that's the thing that's funny about social media now. When somebody gets called out, you see the true bitch that they is,
Mm.
because they afraid to catch them hands, pretty much.
And that's the thing, and most folks are scared of catching an ass whipping when you say some shit that you deserve to get your ass
But
whipped
the
for.
thing about this is like, one, Emmett's gonna be safe because he don't need to really tour because he can stay in Detroit. It's just
Mhm.
that when he goes outside of Detroit,
Yeah.
it'll be a problem for him.
Mhm.
Like anywhere but Detroit.
But one thing that I've noticed, and it really bothers me, is that these up and coming artists, these young hip hop artists, are just so disrespectful.
They are.
Because they know that's the quickest way to get on.
Why is that a culture?
Because
It's like to see who can be
battle
the
rap
most
gets
savage or
beef,
to be the most
beef and battle rap
disrespectful.
gets the most pubs.
But this
Because
Play
this
it
is
on the
not
radio.
that's not battle rap.
well, one is that they don't know the history of hip hop.
No,
And hip hop is in a sense is a competitive nature, but they take things where they cross a line where don't need to be crossed, and then
Mhm.
they ain't ready for the consequences.
But you know what caused me to, because I was a fan of hip hop. I have like older siblings and cousins and things that they put me onto stuff. I was that little kid that would take my sister's tape and listening to it and rewinding it over and over again, sucking on the lyrics and stuff like that. But I remember when I got to middle school, um, we had to learn the history of hip hop in our music class. And when I say the history, because you got to remember, all three of us, we're here, like we saw the beginnings of hip hop. We
Yeah.
saw very early.
what school did you go to?
I went to school in Prince George's County. Thank you very
I did
much.
too. That's what I'm trying to figure
Well,
out.
so we had a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
It was a black man, and he incorporated the history of hip hop
That's cool.
into our curriculum, and I believe he did it during Black History Month. So he was able to tie in African storytellers and how that led all the way up to hip hop at that present time. So it was really good. And me already being a fan, and all of us actually, all of us already being a fan of hip hop and digging into KRS-One lyrics in school was a big impact. And I feel like that's something that we need. Shout out to, I believe, what was my teacher? Mr. Simmons was his name. I believe he moved West Coast. But
So can I address? I don't even mean to cut you. Like I
uh
address someone did something stupid.
uh things about to go on.
George, what's the name? Who has a new EDM track? Who put his link in the middle of this feed,
Oh
um,
boy.
and then is
Okay.
going to ask us to like, share, and subscribe. No,
All right. Let me put my seatbelt on because I know you about to go.
like on a real, like it tells you what the show is about. There's a proper way to do things. That ain't the proper way. Um, if you email me, it tells you. It says email MP3. It says the email address up there. It says like, share, and subscribe. When you haven't even done a like, share, and subscribe, but you're asking us to do that in the middle of the feed, like, and even with it not like an EDM is not my type of music, but if you had did it the right way, we would have damn sure played it, gave it some feedback, and been cool with it. But when you handle business like that, that means you got shitty practices, you do shitty business, you don't know how to fucking read,
I told you.
and then you assuming your product is bigger than our show. Fuck you.
I just deleted. I don't normally go. I'm not interested. But that shit does get on my nerves too. I tag you in a post and you don't share it on your page, but then you come on my feed
But you want me to
and
put, but
put
you
your
want to,
link in my feed.
yeah. I mean that's some punk bullshit.
I'm like,
And
dude, nah.
and when people do that, I'm gonna call you out. I don't know what the fuck your last name is. It sounds like a foot disease, George.
You say it sounds like a foot disease?
But I'm
Oh
gonna just tell you, like
no.
that it irks me when you do that because
Oh
like we
no.
get emails and we get stuff and they'll be like, yo, I done shared this to 10 groups, this. You gonna tell me to share your shit because you just randomly put it in there. It could be a bot, I don't know who it is, but yo, it's just some
let me
garbage.
let me break it down. I think I understand their psyche when they do stuff like this.
There's no way you can break this down,
No,
but
no,
go
no,
right ahead.
no. Our show is worldwide,
Yes, we
so
play music from New Zealand. We
yeah.
got Memphis has been in the building. Cali has been in the building.
So get it. You're trying to get on.
Mhm.
We're already on. So if you can't do the simple process of what's in the text on his feed,
Riff. You know what Riff is?
reading is
Fundamental. Yes, that means I grew up in the 80s.
So
That's the problem. A lot of y'all niggas can't fucking read.
So the point that you're putting your link in our comments, that lets you know where you're
You
at.
can't fucking read.
No, they can. So let me tell y'all. If you ever looked at uh, a well-known artist, someone famous, and you look in their comments, you have people that are like little bots. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't a bot, but they put their link. That's random. It's usually a random link, and they flood different feeds that have attention. They don't want us to play it. They want our listeners and our followers to click on their link.
Well, don't click that shit.
Well, no,
Or,
you can delete the
or better
comment.
yet, if you do click it, leave a negative comment.
You can delete the whole comment and that
I am.
way not allow them to use your platform.
Yeah, I just believe it. I had the joint.
No, I deleted it, but I just had to get that shit off my chest, like on some real, because it irks me when people do that.
I feel you.
It irks me when people do that because it's like, yo, you don't respect the show, but you want something from it.
Right.
So, I'd be quick to tell you, fuck you. Like on some real shit.
Did you just realize how bad you fucked up by putting that in the comments?
Cause I'ma say your name. I'ma say your name. I'm be like, so and so, this is what we do.
And then he's gonna say that you sound like you have a foot disease or you are a foot disease.
No, his last name sounded like it was a
And-
foot
and
disease.
You see how they say how rough I am.
I mean.
Oh well,
I
I'm
never said nobody's name sounded like a foot disease.
Oh,
But
so
you've said things.
But that's a whole other level right there. That's something that's been
Okay,
researched
It's
into a
different.
book.
It's different than you, but that does not mean.
Because I go for pure irritation. He went for educational value. That's a whole different ballgame with disrespect. When you said your last name is categorized as a foot disease.
I mean,
He said it sounds like.
I said it
not
sounds like.
I'm
categorized.
just, but you, I'm getting to the whole different level.
I mean,
You gotta look at the whole.
You're going left.
I'm just saying that's some funny shit.
Yeah. Okay. I can understand that. That's like.
Worst thing you could have said his name was like an STD they just created.
Uh,
There you go. You're adding on.
I'm just saying that's what
You're
I
adding
probably
on.
would
You're
have
saying
went with.
people sound like.
yo,
STDs.
yo, yo.
You're adding
so,
on. That's gross.
so CP3, I saw something the other day,
Uh,
and I thought you could help my man Taylor out with this.
what that is?
They got pocket pussies for dogs.
Why? Why would you do that? That is so disturbing.
Yo, no lie, no lie.
You know a white motherfucker made that.
See?
You
Oh,
know.
wasn't your white girlfriend?
That's possible.
No lie. The shout out to Jamel Wansler because Jamel put this up.
Oh no.
They got pocket pussies for
We're
dogs.
talking about pocket pussies for dogs.
You know,
at
I-
6:30 on a
That's
Sunday
nasty.
afternoon.
You know what?
That is disgusting.
I'm going to send it to you.
Do
'Cause-
you have to
You know,
hold it for
please
the
don't.
dog?
no, it's shaped like a little dog and I got the butt
Oh
sticking
my
out.
my
Who's
god.
gonna clean up that? I'm not cleaning that.
Yo,
That must be a one-use joint because that joint get thrown away.
Why
I mean,
would you
Taylor already
need
got
to
a-
get that.
Taylor already got a body, so you might as well give him something he can hump.
I mean,
No.
He's had a hard life, man.
You don't need to die a virgin.
I think he done got some.
Oh.
he might have a little bastard litter running around.
Oh yeah, they say like father like son.
Hey, I never escaped out the house and ran over to the next door's cocker spaniel and came back
I
10
think
minutes
you
later
did.
with a
I think
smile
you
on his
did.
face.
I think you did.
You know what, CP3?
I would believe that you did.
I think it's some bullshit that you're saying.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
I believe that.
You know, whenever time you got this like you this innocent motherfucker, we know it's some bullshit, son. We know it's some
Like,
bullshit.
You're probably the
I was
least.
innocent.
You're probably the least innocent one here.
I never said I was innocent. I just said
You just be faking like you like you are so fucking innocent.
Nah, just stuff that just tends to happen when I'm around. That's all.
Yeah.
What, really? You play no part.
It just happened.
You
But
play no
CP3, you
part.
see
Just
that
go with the
joint?
flow, man.
It's a little dog. Look at his little hump on with the booty,
Oh,
the booty out.
no.
I sent it to you too, Lady Antoinette.
Oh, why?
You can hook Taylor up.
Man, I am not.
You can hook Taylor up. Yo.
See, no. Oh, just the
Yeah, I'm not.
the
Yeah,
little picture.
I'm
No,
not
I am
clicking.
not about to look
I'm not
at your doggy porn. That
clicking.
you
CP3.
ASPCA might try
Yeah,
to do a singing.
Yo,
CP3.
CP3. Yo, CP3. You can hook Taylor up. He already done killed the dog. He probably just he probably killed the dog over aggression. He probably
Allegedly,
just
man. Allegedly.
nigga. He killed the dog and then dug the body up. Like what type of shit is that?
Sounds like he learned it from somewhere.
Yo, you know it's bad. You know it's bad when a lady who raises dogs calls the nigga be like, yo, you need to come get your dog right now.
It was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Like your dog done killed my dog and then dug the body up.
It sounds like he learned
Like
it.
dug the body up and like pissed on him just to be like, take that nigga.
Sounds like.
Dexter was one of my favorites. He was doing forensic work.
And you and your dog were watching it together.
Obviously, you and your dog was probably watching the R. Kelly video too, because he probably pissed on that nigga's grave.
It wasn't confirmed
that he died by your hands. What other dog killed him?
He might have had a heart attack. Might have been a stressing situation.
I'm just saying, you should get the pocket pussy for dog.
So, first of all, I believe your dog had on a wife beater and some Timbs when he did it.
You think it went down?
Yeah, but I'm streaming it on my page and it says an error has occurred.
We can always go to the post. Let's go see.
Let's go see.
Man, that's for the music break and I got your joint.
No, it's still up.
Yeah. Because your stuff.
So CP3.
Yes, sir.
Last time we talked to you, you were having a very intense conversation with the young lady that called in.
Yes, sir.
Has that intense conversation continued off the air or?
Yeah, it continued off air. You know, to be continued. ...
Dot. What's some dots mean?
What's some dots mean, sir?
I don't know.
Them dots look like the 69.
See, when she come down here, you gonna have to get Taylor a pocket pussy, cause it's only right. How you gonna get trim and not get Taylor no trim? Yo, I need y'all to send a comment to tell CP3 to give his dog a pocket pussy.
Put him out the room because that nigga be too nosy.
Get him a pocket pussy. Get him a doggy treat.
I mean, really?
A doggy, he can, and you can play doggy style while he's having sex with the pocket.
Bruh, I'm not cleaning that thing out, man. Who gonna clean that thing out? That's gonna be a one-use. I think ahead of things like that. Everybody think about the pleasure part, but what about cleanup?
Oh Lord.
What about cleanup?
Shout out to Nadia. I'm gonna play your video. I actually sent you on. Let me play your video featuring Sadat X from Brand Nubian. Yo, I'm trying to tell him. And you might want to get Ben and Jerry this too. They got the little doggy treat.
My man Fred said he'll buy his dog a pocket.
See? We educating people.
No.
This show's going off the rails too early, bro. Too early.
We're going to do that with some R&B. Shout out to Nadia Songbird. This is a joint featuring Sadat X from Brand Nubian. Oh, like, I think he's probably trying to order one right now. He's not flying.
How does the story end like this? We're always arguing. Don't wanna walk away, but my heart just can't take no more. I don't understand where we went wrong. You got the sweetest love, the sweetest touches. Oh. All I feel is pain inside, and these tears are falling from my eyes. And I wanna take the time, make it right. Why? You know our love is so right. My baby, I need to have your love. Please stay beside me, baby. 'Cause you're the only one I need, please. Don't you ever go, don't take your love away. Boy, I need you. Oh, I need you. Please. Oh, can't even sleep when we argue, babe. I love you. Don't ever wanna be without you, boy. I love you.
I feel like arguing today.
Can't even sleep when we argue, babe. I love you. Don't ever wanna be without you, boy. I love you.
Hey yo, this arguing shit is real whack. Every day it seemed like we both under attack. We had a great beginning. Like most relationships do, all the components was there. Love, loyalty, and trust. We was working towards the greater. Our success story might even had a child, which is the best part. But somehow shit fell apart. Might have been infidelity or comfortability. Definitely an inability to cohabitate. See the greatness in each other's laws.
No, I got it.
We used to have variety. I think we fell into society's clutches. We used to be soft touches. It's now us occupying our own sides of the bed. Our faces stuck in that screen. The damages by that screen is unspoken, heartbroken. Went back to cigarette smoking. Now we live in separate lives under the same roof. Nothing here is flame-proof. We can't continue with this. Might not be meant to be. When I think what you meant to me is gone past these years. No past these tears.
Can you see these tears are falling
What?
down my face? I'm calling for you. All my love is
It does.
only you can make me feel one way. You can't even sleep when we argue, babe. I love you.
Oh,
Don't ever wanna be without you, boy. I love you. Can't even sleep when we argue, babe. I love you.
oh my God.
Don't ever wanna be without you, boy. I love you. I love you.
Jeez. Jeez.
Yo. So we back. CP3, are you okay? Eddie, are you okay? Are you okay,
I
Annie?
think I'm alright.
You
I
sure?
can hear my heartbeat.
Wow.
It's like hysteria.
Oh my God. Did you hear him?
It's
His
hysteria.
heartbeat is in stereo.
She's like hysteria.
So I'm waiting for the artist to call in. Let me hit her manager.
I put her hashtag in my credit, so she better call me.
Damn, is that a threat?
Wow.
Because
You kind of aggressive there, son.
I'm just saying, if I take the
Wow.
time to type the text out, you need to call me.
Oh.
I'm not a typist.
You're not a typist.
I ain't no secretary.
You about to be on one today, honey. Oh
Um,
my God.
I am a car sales professional.
You about to be
So you already got
on
one sale. You already got one
I
sale so
got
far.
one sale already for the new year. I got another one lined up on Tuesday. I'll be at work tomorrow about 11 o'clock till closing at 8. 2450 Crane Highway, Waldorf, Maryland.
So when you get your either your stimulus or your bonus check, man, you need to get Taylor a pocket joint.
Man, I'm sorry, bro. I can't do it, man.
You can't do it.
You know, a boarding house I can take him to.
What?
So,
Are you trying
So-
to
so-
take him to a whorehouse?
hey, man.
You're gonna
you know.
take him to the doggy brothel? Like what?
Hey, man, everybody
So you
be
want
busting
to
that
so you want to take him
everybody
to a doggy whorehouse?
You
did.
wanna
I'll
take him
take
to a doggy brothel? What is this about?
I know somebody got one. They gonna
A
get
doggy
busted.
brothel.
Yeah, I bet you some white couple got a brothel somewhere.
You know you got problems, sir.
Right.
You-
A lot of problems.
I'm just
We need to
saying.
just do a series called The Mind of CP3 because
Oh,
Right.
that
there's-
shit
there's a-
hard. I don't know if I'm supposed to deal with that, man. That's a wild place.
Something is
you need
not
to hook my
right.
man up.
Something's not right with you.
You just realizing that?
No, I'm telling you today.
I
I'm
already
telling
know.
you.
I already know this.
Okay, well, you're showing it right now.
But the
But
world
it is
needs to
the-
see this.
Oh, his voice is
Oh, Lord.
going up. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. This is really early in the
pinky
show.
about to come out.
It's really early in the show for you.
Oh,
Voice to be going
some
up.
good shit.
Oh, my goodness.
I told you.
Why did we do this?
So
Bullet.
Oh, boy.
so what are your feelings on the stimulus check?
I greatly appreciate it because, brother, could use a little money right now. So, I mean, we talking about $2,000, $600, it's going to help some people, but it's still not enough because you look at some of the other countries
and the amount that they're giving out to folks that's affected by the folks that aren't essential workers, so to speak. And some countries are taking up 2/3 of their pay and paying these folks while they're at home. But we're supposed to be the greatest country in the world, and we're fighting over $600 and $2,000.
Yeah, it took them a very long time. They've been fighting over it for a minute.
And they're covered though.
And then we get 600. Well, they don't even get the 600. They make too
still
much
make it-
money.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
they good. Their second homes is good. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's crazy as the appreciative for the 600, the 2,000 would have been better for, and not just for, and not like this. I would have loved the 2,000, but I'm working. I'm an essential worker. I work. It's all good. But there are people out there that aren't employed that need that 2,000.
And
That
there are people that not just aren't employed, but they haven't been employed since March. They filed for unemployment. Some people haven't even gotten that yet.
yeah,
They got the first end of this. Of course, that's gone.
yes.
So I feel like more needs to be done. Like, yeah, thank you for this federal stimulus, but when are we going to get these states together to pay out the unemployment that is, you know, backdated? When are we going to do that? You have people that, I mean, some of the things have been lifted, so people have gotten evicted,
But you're
Um,
making the assumption that they actually care.
I'm saying that this is a problem. I'm not saying that they care or that they don't care. What I'm saying is that yes, we got the stimulus approved, but what about all the other problems? When is that going to be addressed?
It's not. This country is known for putting a band-aid on a broken leg and like, see what we did, and they're the ones that caused the problem in the first place, and then the ones that come and so-called fix it, and it doesn't even fix it completely. So I mean, the money that's tied up in so much of the political loopholes is just crazy. I mean, I don't know if I know I told 151, but it's a documentary called The Panama Papers. Check it out. It's the real deal. If the top 1%, not just in this country, in the whole world, are finding loopholes to hide money from paying taxes, in the documentary it said that if the folks that actually paid taxes paid their due amount, it would be like $1 trillion above what we needed to fund schools, fix the infrastructure, and everything. But because of the loopholes and the things that they can, slide through the, corporate tax laws or whatever, excuse me, or whatever, we're all losing out.
Nick, I'm gonna
And
need you to stop changing your voice 3 times in one
Yeah,
sentence.
you're like 8 people today. Like you're
so
really 8 people.
that's what happens when you work 30 out of 31 days in a month with
No,
no
that's what
damn job.
happens when you are feeling the effects of your extracurricular activities.
Well, I was always an
Here you go. He's a
extrovert
different person right now.
person.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
I have my radio persona. That's why I tell folks don't get my radio persona mixed up with my real life persona because
Right, but you're
it's not
literally
good.
8 people. So
I have
who
different
are
personas.
you today?
Right now, I'm not even sure.
Right, we know. We can
Yeah,
tell.
I don't even know. I'm just having fun. I'm living life, man. Life is beautiful. 2021. 2021 is gonna be a beautiful year, man. Especially after 2020. So I'm just happy to see a new year and know that hopefully things are gonna get better.
But
And
things should be getting better. I mean, the thing about it like this is everybody goes, New Year, new me bullshit, and it is because we're still gonna have death. We're still gonna have struggles. We're still gonna have some type of issues. Your lost child may find you in 2021.
Mhm.
It might be baby thugnificent.
anything's possible, man. I'm
So I
happy.
mean,
Wow.
you and Taylor may be having kids together. You just never know. You can't say nothing.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
raise
know. I don't even
you
want to say
raise your
that.
puppy and your little kid together.
Raise your grandpuppy and your kid together.
I mean, my
So
dog
cute.
is like my son. I had him since he was 2 months old.
Mhm.
So and I 151, man. I made a tough decision. I almost gave him away because
You
to
told
know
me
how
that
much,
too.
yeah, know how much it would cost to put him in the boarding kennel for 2 weeks, man. That shit hurt. I knew
I
that's when
mean,
I knew I love that little nigga.
the funny thing
Yeah.
about the Taylor is I don't really do dogs, and Taylor's like one of the coolest dogs ever. Like he the only dog I ever met. Like he just be he literally be chilling.
That's my
He
dog,
he
man.
literally don't he literally be like, yo, um, y'all over here doing y'all shit.
I'm gonna be over
I'll be over here. Like you go outside. You see y'all grilling? Oh, y'all niggas grilling? Okay. Go
Slide me
slide me something and
Toss me a hot dog.
be on the way.
Yeah, he chill, man. I love my dog. You know, he got his own little following on social media. When I post him, he got a little fan club.
some.
I took him to work on when I was doing HVAC
So,
sales.
so one day,
Of course you did.
he posted a video of how you throw little branches at dogs. You be like, go fetch.
Yes, I saw that
Yo,
video.
it was a big ass, like it was damn like a half a tree.
Dude,
Pull back a tree.
I would buy him stuff at the pet store for him to chew on little toys. He would never do them, but he'd go outside if it rained and a branch would fall. That dude would be in heaven. He'd be out there for like an hour just
But
chewing
you the
on that
one, but you the
motherfucker.
type of dude that would post that video, and then when somebody be scared to come in your house, you be like, "Oh, he's okay. He don't bite. He friendly."
Right, but your dog is playing catch with a
What-
tree.
Okay, you see my point.
A whole
A whole tree.
tree.
But he chill though.
Dog. First of all,
But everybody here pit bull Rottweiler mix. They think, oh God, he's a mean dog.
okay, say that again.
He's a pit bull Rottweiler
Those
mix.
are two
Violent
very
dogs.
aggressive breeds.
But it's all on how you train them. My dog
That's
is properly
true.
trained.
But they are two naturally aggressive breeds.
They're
Yes.
aggressive, and if you train them properly, they are
Yes.
obedient and disciplined.
But you need to understand that they are two aggressive
Aggressive
breeds.
breeds.
And people are going to be like, what?
And that's why I posted videos of him having fun in the front yard playing.
You
with
posted
the
videos
tree.
of him carrying a damn tree.
And he'll be out
That
there.
is not friendly Fido.
That
Like,
is. He's just having fun
that
with
doesn't
nature.
give you fluffy puppy feels.
I mean,
It don't.
He's not even 70 pounds. He's like 60 pounds. He's not even that big.
Oh, wow, he's 10 pounds less than 70.
I mean, he's not that big
Okay.
for 5 years old.
Okay, let me say this. Those two breeds, okay, that you just described, not only are they aggressive, they're known to be strong.
I mean, he's
So
strong.
his weight, great, wonderful, but he's strong.
Man,
If he wanted to take someone's head off,
no.
he could.
Taylor is a straight.
Okay, he could.
First of all, you said Taylor's a straight punk.
Yeah, man.
But did not he body another dog?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
There was no conclusive evidence
Did
that
he
he
fight
caused the
the
death
dog?
of that dog.
Did he fight the dog?
There was no signs, from what I heard, that it was.
Then why did she tell you to come get your
Hold
dog?
on. From what you heard?
I didn't see the body.
Okay, from what who told you, Taylor?
The owner.
Taylor told you.
Not the
So,
owner.
what did the first phone call say? What did she say on the first phone
I
call?
mean, they were chilling. She had a bunch of the little ankle biter dogs. You know, she had like 5 or 6 of those, and they was chilling for like
And
3
he
or 4 days.
snatched one of them up. Okay, gotcha.
Nah, he was chilling, and
They was getting on his nerves, so he just was.
no, they weren't
decided to-
home when it happened. They came home, and
And the joint was just dead.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's why I said it wasn't confirmed
Come
that
on.
Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor did it. Whole
It
time.
was never confirmed.
Taylor snapped. It was like, you barking too much. Shut up. And popped the dog.
There was no conclusive evidence that he caused the death of that other dog. The fact that he dug up the dog does not prove that he.
The fact that the lady
Wait,
called you at
let's
2
back
o'clock
up.
in the morning
Let's
proves
back up.
something.
You said he dug up the dog?
Yeah.
Explain. Tell us about that.
That's what she told me.
They buried the dog?
They buried the dog, and he
And
dug
he
him up.
dug him up. You don't think.
Taylor
that
Porter's
that-
gangster.
You
Taylor
don't
Porter's a
think
gangster nigga.
That
Man,
is
look.
signs of some kind of psychotic break. Like,
I'm just saying.
Not for him.
he was like, no, you will not rest in peace. Like, what? You will
I
not
don't,
rest
I don't
in peace,
know,
little
man.
doggy.
I don't know. He hasn't had any incidents since then.
Oh, okay, that you know
That
of.
you-
Allegedly.
That you know of allegedly.
Allegedly, exactly. I'm just saying, I mean, you
And
got
this is your baby that you raised from 2 months.
I mean, it's 5-on-1. Sometimes things happen.
Really?
I've been attempted to be jumped before.
So you think that the little itty bitty dog tried to jump
I
him?
mean, you never know, man.
And
Things
so
happen,
now
man.
you're admitting that he might have
I
offed
mean,
the dog.
Anything's possible, man.
Oh,
Anything's
like
possible.
yeah, like Taylor murdered this dog and then
Allegedly.
would not allow him to rest in peace.
Allegedly.
That's worse than shooting up someone's funeral. That's worse. You literally dug
Nah,
up the dead
I
body.
get pissed off with nothing.
You said he didn't or he did.
I mean, not that I know.
You know what,
He probably
CP3?
did.
CP3, we're gonna go to a video break because I can't stand your lies no
Right.
more.
I'm trying to
We're
defend
gonna
my brother, man.
we're gonna allegedly go to this video break. I'm gonna play like
Right,
3
he said
songs.
he's defending his
Y'all
brother.
trying to get him locked up in doggy
Your
jail,
dog
man.
is locked up for murder and
Y'all trying to
digging
put
up
a- y'all trying
somebody,
to
and
put a
you're like,
body on
free Taylor.
Y'all trying to put a
No.
body on my dog.
Free Taylor.
Be Johnny Taco for the month.
Oh. The glove doesn't fit.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna play. Let's go start off with Kentworth Katrina joint, and then I'm gonna play some new joints that we got out because I got some new videos and we'll be back after like 3 videos. But
Yeah,
CP3,
we need to-
you
You're disturbed.
you're
You and
disturbed,
your-
sir.
You and your puppy.
I'm just saying, man. We've been together for a long time.
How many allegedly bodies you got? Don't answer that. Anyway,
Killer puppy,
Let's go to the
killer
videos.
owner.
Let's go to the video.
gunman number 2.
Get up! Call the fire department. I'm scorching hot, charge the kid with arson. I blaze the spot, bring the heat. I'm a beast regardless. Sick flow and beast retarded. It's never a day I'm not on fire. I torch the stage, I'm amazing. Footprints burn into the pavement. Charred, I scar niggas to the 3rd degree. Back my partner. For those who never heard of me, I'm the author. I birth bars, no pain, straight flame. 100 degrees. Fire 16. Ignite the flames. Everything blazing. Don't touch the pen, this. I scar niggas, I'm burn unit, I'm and you not. Get up! Killing it, baby. But go ahead, I get on stage, burning words right through your forehead. No one contain me. See, my brain contains octane, and that explains what I'm spitting is cold red. I'm like a machine gun spitting with spitting 16s of 16 coming at me, they all dead. Best remember the name, Katrina, the girl straight flaming. And I brought flames with me, young and I'm dangerous. Once the campfire, nigga, who gon' contain us? Boom, boom, nigga, move on my way. I'm like a wildfire, forever stay blazing. It's a bonfire, they all die. I get so tired of spitting dope lines, head on. So fire, nigga, I got fire and more fire, and some more fire and more fire and more fire, and some more fire and more fire and more fire, more fire and more fire, some more fire. I got more fire and more fire and more fire, and some more fire and more fire.
Yeah, it's me. You know, just leave a message and I might get back to you.
Boo, pick up the phone. I done called you like 5 times. I know I messed up, but it's supposed to be me and you forever. You playing. So you got a new guy now? That's what we on right now? What, you just gonna get a new guy and I'm over with?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm hurt. Boy, you really got the nerve. Why don't you just put me first? What you seeing in them other girls? Cause I deserve bigger than this. I got caught, but I'm bigger than this. No more hiding my feelings and shit. Won't listen to me, won't listen to this. When another man love me right, how you gon' feel? My love is irreplaceable, I'm too real. You wanted me and now you got me, what's your deal? I'm embarrassed but you don't care how I feel. Just give it up, you need to give it up. I've had about enough, it's not hard to see, but why are you lying? It won't be to you, can't seem to get through. I was all for you, but you're not mine. Not mine. Not mine. Not mine. All that we had was based off of lies. It make a difference when you see me crying. That's what hurt the most. Damn right, I took it personal. She coming from telling me how you and her were alone. All of your true colors are being shown. I'm mad at me because I should've known. When another man love me right, how you gon' feel? My love is irreplaceable, I'm too real. boy, why you lying? It won't be till can't seem to get through. I was all for you, but you're not mine. Why you lying to me? Why you lying to me? You're not mine anymore.
I know you ain't ready because we just like the longest we've ever played R&B.
So that's how you do me.
Yeah,
After all that I did for you, it's confusing. Cause I was just right by your side, I don't wanna lose it. Cause you just played me like a game, now I feel stupid. When I give you second chances, they always let me down, ain't tripping about your new bitch. Cause I know she can't do it like this, she can't run for you like I did. Have you been like I did? Now you wanna call it quits, but you know that I feel for you. I know you're gonna miss me, gonna wish you was me. Want you realize she ain't got you. I'ma keep it moving, need to reminisce. I want you to know that you ain't hurt me, no, I won't be crying. No, I ain't lying, you know you ain't hurt me. You and I know that bitch, she ain't me. No, I ain't gon' dish you, cause I know I seen this coming. I just think it's crazy how you do it at this moment. You know what I was going through. You see me at a real weak moment. You knew that I needed you, but it's too bad you lost my mind. No, you can't break me, but can I ask you something? Did you really mean it? Everything you told me, baby girl, I got you. No, I never leave you, baby girl, it's me and you. So why's you telling her that too? I know you're gonna miss me, gonna wish you was me. Want you realize she ain't got you. I'ma keep it moving, need to reminisce. I want you to know that you ain't hurt me. No, I won't be crying. No, I ain't lying. You know why you ain't hurt me. You and I know that bitch, she ain't me. She ain't me. You and I know that bitch, she ain't me. She ain't me. You and I know that bitch, she ain't me.
that seemed like a CP3 video at the end because the dude got kidnapped and then they closed the door. I think someone called gunman number 2.
Call for backup.
Him and Taylor.
Just thinking I'm trying to finish my food behind the scenes, man.
Killer Cam, killer dog.
Right.
Allegedly.
Oh man, so my
So-
homeboy Waves did point out something about to go back to the Young Thug thing, was that he's like, yo, on Young Thug's original album cover, I think he wore a dress, and that's what he was more known for.
Yeah.
So I don't even know why he would mention Jay-Z in his name. Like, you can barely get over Beans and Bleak.
That fact right there just blew my mind. I don't even want to talk about it.
Well, we already know how you feel about, these young new rappers that
Hey, I mean, y'all be wearing skinny jeans.
And
Look.
dresses.
Looking like Ken dolls now, smooth as Ken dolls and shit.
Smooth as Kendall.
That's my hairstyle. Yeah, because when I used to do security, the niggas would come in the club. I wouldn't even pat them down. I look, nigga, I could look. You ain't packing nothing. Go ahead.
Damn.
Because I mean, I don't get it. You got a fucking Monistat 7-pack like your girl, because both of y'all got yeast
My
infections.
God.
I don't get it.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
just saying.
You can't, just because not everybody need to wear baggy jeans to hold their gun.
But I'm saying that why you walking around with some tight ass jeans on, then they hanging off your ass. I be wanting them to kick these little niggas in
Well,
the ass.
but
He's
so
angry.
you are, but here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. So when hip hop really first started though, they like Melly Mel and them dressed like punk rockers. They had on
Yeah.
tight clothes.
No, I wouldn't in it back
And I know you saw Dre, Dr. Dre, when he.
Yeah,
World Class Wrecking Crew.
I saw the joint, but that's what I was gonna talk about. What the music that really turned me into a true hip hop head was the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh
when they first album came out,
I can see that.
yeah, I
No
believe
need
I
for
was a
you.
freshman in high, I was a freshman in high school when Protect Your Neck came. Oh my God,
I
that
can
would.
see that being a trigger for you.
That was,
A start.
and then the fact that Old Dirty Bastard, we shared the same birthday.
That
Well,
doesn't surprise me either.
first of all, the title "Protect Your Neck."
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like this, you're saying things that confirm so much.
I'm just saying
It confirms
that
so much.
that that album, like, and I embraced hip hop after I heard that
I'm
album.
sure it spoke to you, right? Right?
No, it's like it's like I got it. I understood what
Yeah.
hip hop. You know,
So was that like the first album that actually, like, real talk? It spoke to you?
it like the Intelligent Hoodlum, him and K Solo.
And it took Wu Tang to
Wu
speak to you.
Tang,
Like nobody else before that really spoke to
I mean,
you.
it spoke to me, but for some reason, just the combination with RZA with his beats and all the different flows they had on the track on that CD, and it was quality music, and it was something we had never heard before. And it's like,
So I digress on something because I'm a big Wu Tang fan. No, it was not produced. It wasn't quality because it was really produced. Like if you ever watched the Protect Your Neck video, I mean, like not real talk.
I did the quality, yeah. Well, I
And
didn't
and
production
and
quality.
and,
You watched it
and compared to
I
like
meant the quality of the lyrics and the MC.
like the lyrics
song
and
came
the
together.
and it was probably recorded on probably like an 8-track
Yeah,
at the time.
oh,
And then when they got into a big like, but that's what. See, the thing is, what made the Wu Tang album great was it was gritty, and
Right.
and they kept all
it
the
was
mistakes
raw,
in,
yeah.
and they kept the mistakes in, so it didn't sound polished like everybody else.
Right.
Like when you heard these dudes, you heard they were you heard the hunger.
And they actually turned me on the Kung Fu flicks.
So what is wrong with your life? You did.
I didn't watch
It,
Kung
it
Fu flicks
took
before.
Wu Tang.
Because I would listen to some of the samples they put into the music, and I was like, I'm gonna check that out and
What?
see what
It
I can.
took Wu Tang to get
I
you
was
there.
never into
You're
the
like
kung,
But you was
in the Kung Fu. Yes, I
and
was.
and hip hop because as I'm looking at your age and you're
No,
saying
I
the
liked
first.
hip hop, but it wasn't. I didn't really grasp it. Like I said, when I was younger, I was a school. I was a book nerd.
you were what?
I was a science bowl champion,
Lady
bruh.
Antoinette, move your chair over. So when the
I'm
lightning
I'm
sorry.
when the
serious.
lightning comes,
Bruh,
let me unhook this
a little
microphone.
known fact. I was actually on public broadcast
Oh, you
television
was on the little science
on a
thing.
science bowl, and we
Oh.
almost won the whole grand
Did
championship.
you wear glasses?
I did have reading glasses.
Did you pull your did you pull your water gun when you lost?
Oh.
Start shooting up the kid. When I get older, I'm gonna really spray you.
That's what, that's what I say. Before middle school, I was all A's and B's.
Oh, what
on the
happened in
pad.
middle school?
What happened in middle school?
Females in football.
It had to be that bad in middle school.
I mean,
Football's supposed to make you do good things.
Now I went from going from a school that back in the '80s had every classroom had a computer in, and we were like a Millikan school, so I was in a accelerated learning. But once I got to middle school and I got to a real PG County school, it wasn't.
I feel you.
Yeah,
because I was in the tag program
Yeah.
in elementary school, and then I went to my local.
Yeah, it's a culture
school.
shock. It's a culture shock.
And my local school wasn't known to be good.
I even had a bully.
Damn, you had a bully?
Yeah.
So maybe that person was like your mold of what a bully should be.
Was that like your sensei bully?
Right, they taught you.
Your mentor bully?
I
Like
am
he
not
took.
a bully. I am the king of assholes. There's a difference.
You're not a bully?
I am not a bully. I am the
Since
king of
when?
assholes. When have I been a bully? I have never.
Oh, this is 2021. So
You haven't been a bully since last year.
Yeah, it's a new year.
Oh, you on that new year, new me bullshit too?
He hasn't bullied anyone yet this year. That's amazing.
I haven't bullied anyone. I
haven't bought anything from Amazon all year.
I just speak facts. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No.
What is your prediction for the score tonight?
Didn't even think about it that deeply. With the Eagles, they're sitting a lot of their players if they're injured. Their starting running back is out. Their main defensive lineman is out. Alex been out for 2 weeks.
And he's coming back.
But I think they're going to play some inspired ball because I think last week's performance was because Haskins was still starting, and a lot of the players knew that he wasn't a leader, and they felt it rubbed them the wrong way that he was still able to start after his second COVID violation and getting caught and playing the way he played. That they knew that he shouldn't be the starter. So I think that's the way they play. So I think they're going to play inspired ball. I think it's going to
I
be.
think when you, not to cut you, I'm sorry, but I think when the locker room loses faith in their quarterback, it shows.
Yeah, it shows, definitely.
It shows.
Like I said, it was the second time, that he risked it because, like I said, you risked your teammates' health over, going to make it rain because after
your team and the other team.
Yeah, and after you threw 2 horrible interceptions in the game, that basically cost your team the game, and you're not studying film. That just
and right you're there, not listening to the vets on the team.
I think that video was just a culmination of his time here in DC, and there's rumors that there are a couple of teams that were looking at him. I've seen some clickbait online talking about no team wants him, the CFL doesn't want him, nobody claimed him.
Damn.
I mean, but he is a liability a little bit.
But they didn't claim him because they didn't want to be on the hook for his rookie contract.
Yeah. So I got a question for you, CP3.
Sure.
So one of the guests in the comments, shout out to my man Black Scorp. He wants to know what was the name of the girl that that took you down this dark road.
Like who hurt you?
You said females in football. Like what was her name?
Yeah. That first girl that.
You don't remember your first thought?
There's been so many.
Oh wow.
I took horror and recovery. It's
I
not
know,
just
but you were talking middle school.
Like people know that.
I started in the sex with them when I was like 10 years old.
Yeah, you don't remember your first thought though?
10, you were in elementary school, so I need you to let us know what happened. So the Science Bowl was popping like that. Like, is this what goes on when the cameras went off? Like,
let's just say I'm a Scorpio, and I've always been able to communicate.
What?
I
know Scorpios that don't communicate well at all. So what you mean?
Yeah, I know.
And that's the thing. I've always been able to communicate.
But you're saying it sounds like all Scorpios communicate.
It sounds like some bullshit.
They can't. That's why I've been in horror and recovery, because I am one of those Scorpios that can communicate and know how to use my words. I am a wordsmith.
Mm-hmm.
You using big words today, bro?
I'm just saying, sometimes you have to switch up. I have, like you said, I have different personas that I can go to when I need to.
So I'm just saying though, you
admit that you.
So you don't remember you don't know the name of you don't know the name of your first thought.
I want to say Monica.
Oh, so you do know her name.
I mean, I'm thinking Monica. That's what's
the Monica I remember back in the day. She was a singer.
What's her last name? Lewinsky?
I did want to,
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I did. But she was so skinny.
She wasn't very skinny and long feet.
Oh, that might have been a turn off for you. No.
Disturbing.
No, you do feet, don't you? No, you don't do feet. Okay, yeah.
But the fact that her feet are long.
But I don't do feet.
But the fact that her feet are long might have been a turn off for him.
Yeah, definitely.
I will say I loved and adored Monica, but her feet bothered me.
I did see it. I didn't think that joint was. I thought it was Photoshop.
No, I remember the video, and I remember watching the video when it was out back in the day, and I was like, "Why are her feet looking like that?" They are.
So, Lady Antoinette, when are they supposed to have this Keisha Cole Ashanti versus battle?
I don't know because wow.
That's
so mean.
I'm just saying it's gonna be like a.
Oh my God. We're not doing anything else other than being in a pandemic. Let Ashanti and Keisha scream it out. Okay.
I'm gonna do a versus. Do it with some
talent.
Some top flight talent.
Okay, here's the thing. You can do versus for anybody you choose. We can do great talent, and we can do talent that we might not think is great. But I remember when Keisha Cole came out with that song "Love." The first time I heard it, it was like nails across the chalkboard to me. I hated it. It sounded horrible. But there were chicks that just they loved that song.
I ain't gonna lie though.
They were screaming loud. I was like, oh my God.
Who would be a good verse?
Watch a versus with Vanilla Ice.
Depends on who you go against.
I would watch it because it's entertainment.
Oh shoot! You know what? And I'm sorry, I meant to. Since you said Vanilla Ice would triggered Third Base, would triggered KMD, who was on the Cactus, who's on the Gas Face, who KMD MF Doom was a member of KMD. He passed away in October. And a lot of people may not even remember him because he was an underground artist, but he was with KMD. KMD was on the Gasface album, which actually went gold. And what happened with KMD was one of their members passed away right before the second album, and they lost their contract because of that. So, Metal Face Doom, that's what MF Doom stood for. So he used the comic book character, basically Doctor Doom. He reinvented himself, and he came back out, and he was in the underground scene very hard. And the only reason I remember that is because you said Vanilla Ice, and I remember them getting dissed on the Gasface, and that was a song that introduced KMD. And they was nice. And honestly, I loved MC Search, and that was like the Cactus album was like, it was like was a good album for some white boys.
But I feel like
Third base is
Vanilla Ice. Who about the
Third Base?
Nah, that ain't even a fair.
You have to.
Why?
You have to match
Third base have
them.
actual good tracks.
Vanilla Ice only has one fucking song.
I mean, I'm sure he had others. We just don't.
No, he has like one song that was that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the other songs were probably horrible.
Exactly.
I mean, he was like MC Hammer on crack.
I remember that there were other songs. What they were, I don't remember.
So he can do Third Base or he can do MC Hammer. If he does it anyway, he's gonna get washed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Vanilla Ice, yeah.
Because if he goes against Hammer, he's gonna get washed.
They're gonna do a Hammer, John. Who would Hammer go against?
I have no idea. But I want them to do the bands. I want them to do Mint Condition against Tony. Like
no, that's not even a competition.
Who would be a good versus against En Vogue?
No, Tony has way that's not even a fair fight.
They put a limit to how many tracks they do.
Yeah, but when they hit that It Never Rains in Southern California.
Exactly. I know, but who's Tony gonna go up against?
I don't know.
That's a band. The only people they can go up against is Mint Condition. Or like Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's not fair.
No.
Yeah.
No,
that wouldn't be fair at all.
Who would be a good girl group to go up against En Vogue?
SWV.
They get washed.
They get washed. At least they have some.
Right. I was gonna say SWV definitely.
They can stay in the fight.
Right. SWV would be a good one, but I feel like the fan base is different.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Like who would be good to go up against like Missy Elliott?
Well, see, here's the thing. If you're just doing her songs that she performed, that's one thing. If you do her as a producer,
but if you do verses, they do all of this.
No, at one point they were doing producers. Like I remember early on, they were doing like Lil Jon and T-Pain, the stuff they produced, not the stuff that they were on or performed. Well, Lil Jon is on everything he produced.
Yeah.
Right. But T-Pain being an artist, if he was just the artist in it and didn't produce it, he didn't play those songs. He played all the songs that he produced.
If you're doing the verses, you should be able to do the joints.
Like okay, so
well, it depends on what they're doing. Like they put rules down.
So Black Scorp chimed in and he said the only verses that would be, and I kind of agree with the only person I could see really going against Missy would be Busta, because they both have a very diverse catalog, and they both have those high energy records. Like I'm gonna tell you, like if T.I. would have did that thing against Busta,
no,
he'd have got washed.
Yeah, no.
He'd have got, because Busta has moments of hip hop.
Yeah.
And
we talk about Busta,
yeah,
especially with his
new album. Like and Busta is like, yo, his shit gets deep, and he's like, man, that's why T.I. wanted to put a limit on it. He was like, well, you can't do none of your hits dating back to such and such.
See, usually they don't do those type of rules. The rules are like the stuff that you produced or the stuff that you performed.
Yeah.
And then they put the amount, like, oh, we're doing 20 songs, and then sometimes people go over that, like Snoop and DMX.
Yeah.
They start doing whatever. They was even freestyling at the end of theirs.
I mean, I think E40 and Too Short went over too.
Yeah, there's a few. I think Lil Jon and I felt like the the dynamics of their careers, I really feel like that wasn't a good matchup at all.
They're
But
too
you
short.
know,
It was for the Bay though. It was, but
Oh, for
they're
okay,
they're,
yeah,
they're
I can see
see
that. I can
they're
see
both
that.
icons in the Bay.
right, and
You know.
that is sometimes that's the angle that they're going with.
Yeah, because
But
Too Short, he has
So
such. Oh my god.
of
um
course, we know you love Too
No,
Short.
no, because
yeah, you love Picture.
before my cousin
Hmm.
has two daughters, and he would ride around with them in the car playing Too Short when they were little girls,
And they would say,
and they would sing it. They know cocktails
"Oh
word
my
by
goodness,
word, and I
I'm
call him
so
Too Short because we'd be sitting in the bar in his house chilling, talking politics, and he just busts out with a Too Short verse. I'm like, but
So
yeah.
Master P and a basketball player are trying to buy Reebok.
they're trying to buy Reebok."
Yeah, from Adidas. They're trying to buy Reebok.
Wow, that's
Um,
big. That's
yeah, it's
big.
very big. It's very big. And it's a like
Is
honestly,
Reebok going through some financial
no, Reebok is actually owned by
problems?
Adidas, but
Right,
they're
but I
trying to
mean,
buy it so they can be a black shoe company
that's true.
with
Okay.
equal representation.
Hmm.
And Adidas did make a lot of money. Some of y'all wasn't around back then, but Adidas made a lot of money off of
Yes,
rappers.
I rock
The
shell
S
toes.
dot, the
Right, I
G,
had some shell toes.
I
you
Like
never
know.
had. I
real
never owned
talk.
a pair of shorts. I
Really?
never
Yeah, I got a
owned.
pair
I'm
of shell toes
surprised.
there.
That sounds like something that you would do.
But they had the S dots, Reebok
Yeah.
had that. They had the G Unit sneakers.
And they with Beyonce,
Yeah.
Adidas is, yeah.
So, but she's actually trying to buy. Master P has made a lot of money financially. Like he's the businessman to follow. Like he's like,
Yeah.
there's a reason why he don't have to make albums
Right.
because his
Right.
money's been invested in other things.
Yeah.
And when you hear how Snoop said, "Yo, I didn't learn biz," he said, "Yo, we was all talking that Death Row shit, like we was we was broke. I
Hmm.
ain't make money
Absolutely.
until Master P."
Hmm.
And Master P told him, not just showed him how to make money, he's like, yo, told him about his publishing, told him about all this other stuff that he can get paid off of,
Yep.
showed him how to start his own record label. Um, and the reason why Snoop career is the way it is now, it ain't because of Suge, it's because of P.
Yeah.
And he installed that business sense in him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Master P has been on record and saying, he said, yo, man, for real, I went to Diddy, Birdman, and was like, yo, the same motherfucker is distributing all of us.
Hmm.
Why don't we just buy them out and distribute our own stuff? And the other two just wasn't with it,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, there are
So
certain people that a lot of people don't understand. They don't know
so
the behind the scenes.
yeah,
You know.
and we talk like and we talk, Diddy this, Diddy that, da, da, da. Master P ain't made an album fucking 20 years. But you don't hear Master P stories. Master P going broke. Rap
He's
snacks.
still
He got
balling.
the rap noodles. Like he invests his money. He was just doing some. He just did some stuff the other day, and he was talking about investing in the Walmart brand cereal,
Hmm.
the fake philosophy. Cause dog, you know what? When you hungry, and especially right now, niggas ain't got Frosted Flake money. But if
Right.
you want to stretch your stimulus
I
check
done got
out,
the
you
cinnamon
gonna
with
get
the
that.
fake
You gonna
cinnamon
get that.
toast.
You gonna get that unnamed brand shit.
I done
Yeah.
got the fake cinnamon toast crunch from Walmart
But
before.
it's a lot of rappers out here that actually do have a good business sense. I want to say, who was it? Was it Nelly that was about to try to do their own toilet paper? This was before the pandemic.
It might have been. Oh, and somebody just chimed in that Master P got his own bleach.
Yeah. And
Like,
Master
It makes
P
you go,
is a very good,
yeah.
and people would laugh at him when he did like those movies and stuff.
But it was smart because he was doing his own distribution
Hmm.
before, and that was back in VHS. That wasn't even
Uh-huh.
like he
That
was
I got
just
the hookup.
yeah he was just so he was getting the money hand over fist.
Hmm.
They may not have been in every theater, but he was getting the money
Hmm.
hand
And it
over
was
fist.
it was his. That's
Yeah,
all that mattered. It was his. It was his project, his production. It was all his. And another businessman that we need to give a shout out to is Shaq.
yeah.
Shaq got so many businesses.
Shaq
It
has a
don't
lot of
make
businesses. Yeah,
no sense.
Shaq has a lot of businesses, and he sits on a lot of boards of businesses. He sits on
Yeah.
the after they got rid of the racist dude from Papa John, he actually sits on the board of
Yeah.
Papa John. But the thing is, he's so invested in everywhere else that he doesn't have time to really do it. They actually tried to vote him off, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
But
It's
because it's
Shaq.
Shaq,
All right.
right?
It's Shaq.
Plus, he a big motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, you can. How you gonna fire
you
him?
know what? I think I'm gonna get somebody else to tell you.
And it's
Like,
so crazy because his demeanor is so chill,
yeah. But then,
but he's so big that
He's a
you
black.
just.
He's a big black man.
dog, he ain't gotta call a gang. He just call his children. All them niggas is tall.
He got about
Yeah.
what 4 or 5 of them. The hotel.
They
He be
all
like,
big.
he be
They
like, you
were
want to tell my
born
son?
big.
He's gonna be like, you gonna tell my son? You be like, nah, y'all doing a good job. Like, y'all way too big for me to be aggressive.
And
You
poor little
you
Shawnee,
watch the
Shawnee all little. And
Yeah,
she got them big kids.
I know that joint must be an echo. Like, hello.
I was looking for Shawnee after they broke up.
I'm sure you
Nigga, you
were.
could probably fit your fist in Shawnee after they
Oh
broke
my
up.
God,
all I
that's
want is
terrible.
all I want is part of the alimony check, man. That's all I want.
Oh my gosh. That's
She's
terrible.
still sexy though.
Oh, his Shaq got his
Shawnee's
own
cute. Yeah, she's real
Invictus
cute.
collection. Oh yeah. I was you know,
Yeah, she's nice. I always loved
Jennifer.
and he invested in the comedy shows on in
Yeah,
Law and
yeah.
stuff. I still watch them today. I was watching one the other night, man. Them joints be
But that's
hilarious.
but that's the thing that people don't realize is that we don't like you gotta make other hustles and invest in yourself.
Yes.
And to create opportunities you have to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Diversify
You know?
your portfolio,
Yeah.
people.
And Shawnee even making money.
Yeah. I mean when she ventured on with the whole basketball wives thing
Yeah,
and
she making that money.
you know, it's one of those things. Like even with Mike Tyson, you got to think Mike Tyson has recuperated a lot of money that he's lost from selling cannabis.
I think we need to go ahead and the conversation we have. I think we're dancing around the topic that we all need to talk about.
And what's that?
What's that?
Niggas being stupid with money.
So because
I mean, we
But-
dancing around and we talking about folks that's
I mean,
But-
I was just talking about the positives.
Yeah.
But you
exactly,
want to bring the
we
negative.
but because
But let's-
there's
we can talk about it.
There's so few positive stories where we highlight them and that we applaud them because they made the right decision. But we need to talk about these dumb motherfuckers
So
that's not doing the proper things with their money.
so and we can. So you know, one of the stories I done brought it up a million times. We you know back last year we right around the pandemic first hit we was we still doing underground shows and a group won the show. The group that won the show, you know, and after me and George talked about it, we should have gave them money for promotion rather than winning. I think the $500. When he won the money, he didn't invest it none into his music career. What he did was when he won the money, he was like, yo, I just went and bought some weed and a table. He didn't network with nobody at the show, so we don't even I don't even know their names. I just
They were partying.
and all I remember was he came in, they was gang affiliated, and to me their performance sucked. Couldn't understand what the fuck they were saying. It was attacking the mumble rappers. So, but he never took time to do anything substantial to make me remember him. There are people that may not win, but I remember.
Right.
And I'll network with. And I'll be like, oh, I like your vibe, so just come to the show. And or send me your music. I like your songs, so send me your music. They got none of that. And you never know who you're talking to just because I'm the doorman. Like, you may spend 10 minutes arguing with me because I won't let you back in for smoking a cigarette because I'm an asshole.
No, nigga, no.
Of course you did.
$5.
So, but at the same time, you don't know what I do outside of this. It's just one hustle. So, but when you don't do memorable things like, dog, you won the money and instead of putting it back in, you won the money through your music and instead of putting it back into your music, the first thing you do is like, dog, to go smoke it. You was gonna smoke anyway.
I mean,
but they got the table to feel like a baller for that night.
Let me tell you something. If buying a table at a club makes you feel like a boss, you're not a boss.
Amen.
I mean, honestly,
if buying bottles makes you feel like a boss, you're not a boss.
But if you had your big old mansion, you threw your own party, and you had your bottles there, and people felt like your party was the party of the night, that's more respectable to me.
Let me tell you something. I met
buying a table.
Yeah, I met the owner of Irvin's when I was working at Staples. Average looking dude.
Yep.
told me on some real stuff. He was like, something, I forgot the fuck we was talking about. He was like, yeah, I'm the owner of Irvin. Oh, for real? Yeah, I've been there. He said, yeah, you know, PG shut us down. This. Yeah, but you know, we just do private parties up in my mansion. Nigga, did you just say?
In my mansion.
I tried to tell
What?
the nigga before he was getting too high,
But here's the thing. The fact that he was able to say, oh, well, you know what? One monkey don't stop the show. I can do it in my house, in my mansion. Oh, you know, we got a bar and everything down there.
Yep.
Let me know when you want to come.
It's all about motivation. It's all about self-motivation, wanting to be better, wanting to be great. I mean, like I said, I'm on a new career right now, so I'm learning new things, trying to transition from a new, thought process and outlook. And today is a perfect example. I was gonna take off today, but I had a client call me at 7:45 last night, saying she wanted to buy a vehicle. So I went in, took pictures, even did a little video to send her, trying to get her in today. She was like, "No, I'm not gonna be able to come in today. I'm gonna come in Tuesday." But it sucked. But I know by putting in that work, I'm going to get that sale, and I'm gonna get her return business and her friends business. So it's not about what you see right now, and perceiving that, oh, if I get out of my comfort zone, or if I do too much for this person, I'm a bitch, or I'm sweating this person. Or sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone to find out, what's out there. Because you never know, and by always thinking a negative, or always thinking that somebody's disrespecting you, or you deserve this or you deserve that, go out there and give it your all, and no matter what you do, and if it's what you truly love, you're going to do it because it's what you love. And that's what I think my message is going to be going into 2021. Find what you love and do it, because you never know. You saw how crazy and messed up 2020 was.
Let's just build on what you just said real quick. So you said find what you love. So this is the problem. This is what leads to people to being unsuccessful. People take jobs that they hate.
Yep.
I raise my hand to that.
And then they take jobs that they hate, expecting to be successful. If you go into work every day and be like, yo, I don't want to fucking be here, how successful can you be?
Right. You're not going to put your all into it.
You're never going to be able to move forward. So.
But when your numbers are good and you expect to be promoted because your numbers are good, but because of your past history, even though you've changed and shown change, but you still get treated the same, that's what kind of fuels the bullshit. When you start expecting to say, okay, you say if you give me a fair shot, if I do what you ask and hit my goals and hit my numbers.
Wait. Slow your roll. Because if you hate a job, you're talking about Frito-Lay. Most people.
I hated my job, but I still did good at it though.
But you also allegedly took out over $100,000 worth of stuff, so you ain't do that fucking good.
But I still hit my goals.
But
I still hit my numbers.
But you would still.
And here's the thing.
You're missing the point.
You're not there anymore. You're gone. We're talking about success beyond the day-to-day success. We're talking about that long-run success.
Because
we're talking about you owning Frito-Lay.
No. CP3. One thing is this: you can't do negative shit and then expect a positive result. That's the first fucking thing. No. It's no but. It's no but. It's no.
It's me trying to organize a union because we were getting screwed, not making enough money, and getting benefits for what we did. That was what's right. So because you had to pay up benefits and give us a fair wage, how was that a brown spot on my record?
We're saying that you have a cap. You have a cap in Frito-Lay.
Yeah, I reached my cap, but I set the cap. But I set the cap though. I made sure I made more than everybody in there when I put a petition on the union.
Right, but what we're saying, we're talking about above that.
Yeah.
We're not talking.
You're talking your
part. I knew it wasn't going to be a career for me once I made that decision.
So
to try
therefore,
to
that's not what we talking about. We're not talking about your time at Frito-Lay. We talking about real success. We talking about owning your own business. Now, if you were running Frito-Lay, you were the CEO. Then that's your success.
But you have to learn how to build a business.
But CP3.
You have to go to school to do that.
CP3. Let me interject. So it's like this: when and on some real shit, it's like on personal and real shit is whenever I take a job, I work for companies that I enjoy working for. I work for companies that I feel I can grow. I work for companies where I feel I can be a movement at. When I work for Staples, and I knew like the end result was gonna be beating the manager up because he don't know how to fucking talk to me. I left. I actually took a job making lower money because I just knew at the end of the day he's gonna say something to me. I'm just gonna look at him and be like, yo, fuck this job. Here's your keys and a punch in your face.
See, I had to get a job out of
So
necessity,
so
I just took whatever
but
was
listen,
given to me.
CP3, listen. When I say when don't take a job that you're not gonna be that you hate and you're not gonna be successful at, because if you hate the job, if you go in there with a negative, like you can't go in there and do negative shit and expect positive results. That's to me that's a fundamental fact. So you can go in there and hit all your numbers, but if you're doing negative shit in there, it's still the same thing as doing negative shit.
But what regard is it negative? That is what's owed to us or what's negative
No,
to the company because
You
they're
said
losing
what's
money?
owed to you. They don't owe you nothing.
What do they owe you? But a paycheck.
If you're putting in over 40 hours a week, you deserve benefits. We weren't getting that. We weren't getting
Oh, did you know that before you took the job?
They told us that we would get benefits when we hit our number of hours. Then when we got close to our hours,
So
they
that's
cut our
when you
hours back so we couldn't hit our hours so we wouldn't have to pay benefits.
That's when you call labor. That's an issue.
Yeah, I called labor. And their lawyers outdid my talking, so that's why I had to organize a union and try to get someone in a bigger stage to fight for us, to get our money. And then once I pulled
what
the
we're
petition,
saying is that under those circumstances, you keep bringing them up, that you weren't meant to be successful there because you didn't even like it.
it was a job that I needed, that I made money, that I was good at, that I hit my goals, and I was the top.
That's not what she said.
No, I didn't like because I didn't have the choice of deciding what I wanted to do. I needed a job.
So therefore, you didn't like it.
But
exactly.
I like the money. I like the job that I did.
But
I didn't like the people that I worked with, which is most people's problem.
He said working for a company that you like. You did not like the company's practices, correct?
I liked working there.
You didn't like their practices.
I didn't like the pay and I didn't like the benefits. That's why I fought for
How much was you making?
We were making $8.15 an hour, working 70 hours a week with no benefits.
Okay, this was years ago, by the way.
This was 1995, 96.
Yeah,
so in 95 and 96, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would work, and here's the thing. So at that point in 95, 96, most people would have to work like 2 jobs because most jobs weren't hiring. Like at retail, when I did 20 years in retail, so the only people that were, after a while, the only people that were full time in retail were the managers.
I was working 2 jobs too.
So
along with Frito-Lay.
So at most jobs at that particular time weren't even hiring for full time. Yeah. And the reason why is because we was in a deficit.
Yeah. But we were working full-time hours and not getting full, and we were going to getting like $8.15 an hour.
But you willingly took a job for $8.15 an hour, right?
Because they told us that we would make more after our grace period, and they didn't come through. So that's why I felt like we were getting screwed
when was your grace period ended?
90 days.
And you didn't go and
it didn't raise.
And you didn't leave.
I didn't, because I fought for what I put in 90 days worth of work. Me busting my ass, blood,
yeah,
sweat,
but your 90 days turned into almost 20 years.
Yeah, because I held them accountable for everything that they said they were going to give me.
But what I'm saying to you is what we were initially talking about is not your time at Frito-Lay.
Because
we're not talking about that.
No, but you bring.
Even if you do hit your goals and do what you're supposed to do, even if you're fighting for what's
but you
can
can't
still get blackballed in the protect because you have to learn how to run a business. Let me tell you what I look at,
because I work there too. Okay. And I knew while I was there, I didn't have a problem going to work every day. I didn't. I had one issue in that whole place, and that was addressed. Mm-hmm. But I knew that that's not where I was going to be successful. True. That's not where I was going. Now, day-to-day success, meeting my goals, doing my work. Was I good at what I did? Sure. I was good at my job and other people's jobs. Mm-hmm. So that lower level of success, that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, I understand it.
So what I'm talking about and what I believe 151 is talking about is when we're talking about going to work and loving what you're doing, we're talking about your passion. Your passion was not working in the warehouse at Frito-Lay. That was not your passion.
Yeah.
Your passion is what gets you to that level of success that we're talking about. So for you, let's say you take your show that you do on a weekly basis or multiple times a week, and that's your passion, you are putting forth all this effort and energy into that. That is, first of all, already the fact that you do it, if you have a good show, that's your personal success already. But if you keep putting forth a lot of energy into that, you're going to excel in that aspect. That will be your success. We're not, first of all, I don't think success means working for anybody else but yourself, personally.
But success comes from doing whatever you're doing, either you're working for yourself or someone else doing it well. And you should be
Right, but there's
credited
different
for
levels
that.
of success. We're not talking
True.
about that level.
I'm just thinking that you should be given the proper due, no matter what your track record, no matter what the history is. If you put the work in and your numbers are better than everybody else, you should get what that you deserve, no matter what.
Think
your
about what
You
you
past
should.
history is.
You should, but that's also knowing about your self worth. Because if you're not, then you have the ability to walk away.
But that's the thing.
That's what I did.
But that's the thing. Like when I was with ABM, they didn't treat me the way I needed to be treated. I liked what I was doing when I entered healthcare, but I didn't. But they started playing with my check. They said, so I politely found another job that would pay me more what my worth was, and I walked away.
Yep.
You know, the thing is, there's a fight. Yeah, I could afford for this, and y'all could transfer me closer. This. At this point, when I realized that me and the company did not get along because I didn't like their practices, I was done.
That's it.
It only took a year.
Really. But when you also have a plan that you set up for yourself and you don't want to allow nobody else's
The
bullshit
company
to
don't
get
give a fuck about your
I
plan.
know that,
Never.
but when you manipulate it to that it works out in your end and you still fulfill your plan, that's a win-win. So maybe sometimes you got to suck up that bullshit to get to the ultimate goal. I didn't like it. I didn't like being called a bitch or a nigger in my face or them fucking with my paycheck or them sending me for counseling for 6 months to get certified before I could come back to work. But I knew I had an end game to get that 401k and to get that retirement. So I'm not going to allow somebody who thinks they have me stereotyped or think they can push my buttons and put me to a point where I'm going to quit something where I put in 20 fucking years of my blood, sweat, and tears to have a plan that I set forward to have them because I'm not happy here. I'm going to ruin all of that. Fuck no.
There you go.
That's what I feel is some of the weaknesses in our psyche. Just because you're not comfortable doesn't mean you should throw away your goal because you set for whatever 1 minute you stay in that place you've invested in. Right. So if you're not willing to go to the end, you shouldn't walk in the door the first fucking place. So that's the way I looked at it. Once I walked in there, I was gonna do 20 years and get my fucking pension and my 401k and what I deserve.
But you had plans to do stuff afterwards, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna allow them to stereotype me and push my buttons. And when I was young, dumb, and would fly off the handle, that's when I matured. When I realized what they were trying to do and play me against myself.
Right.
And that's why I played them off of that shit. And that's why 15 motherfuckers with PhDs got fired, and a nigga with a high school education still had a job and got a fucking pension.
Okay, what my idea, my headspace, because I am in HR and payroll and recruiting and all of that, is this. Everybody has different levels of success, yes, but they also have different levels of what they can tolerate. Everything that you tell me that you went through while we worked at Frito Lay, I can guarantee that there are so many people that would not have stayed. Here's the reason why. Well, a lot of people have various reasons why. It's not because they're not committed. It's not because any of that. Some people feel like it is not worth the stress of dealing with XYZ. A job is a job. Because at the end of the day, when you leave, guess what they're going to do? They're going to replace you.
Yeah.
So, are you going to allow a job to stress you out? You can use a job to be a stepping stone to your success. If you need money to be successful in what your passion is, and you need that job to fund it, by all means, go to that job. But understand a job is a job and a company is a company. So that is the reason why my true definition of success, when we're talking about careers and we're talking about your passions, is not working for someone else. Because at the end of the day, when you're working for someone else, you leave, they're going to replace you.
I tell my staff all the time. I was like, look, man, there's no joke. Anybody can be replaced. Don't ever come to this joint and be like, hey, Like, I'm the hardest worker here. I can't be replaced. Bullshit.
Yeah. We're gonna miss you, but bye.
Not to make light of what you were saying, a very valid point. Derrick Henry has just become the 8th player in NFL history to run for 2,000 yards. I just got that alert from my co-host Robbie. That's huge for any football fans watching. I didn't know he was that close to it. The fact that he got it.
Damn.
We were just talking about it. I was talking to one of my colleagues at work, and we were talking about how he runs angry and how I didn't even know he was that close to getting 2,000.
He runs angry. You should relate.
Yeah, I mean, he runs angry. So.
You should really. You can really relate.
I think you do everything angry.
No, passionate.
Okay.
Different.
So passion doesn't always have to look like anger, you know.
But unfortunately, that's what it looks like sometimes. I'm sorry,
Sometimes or all the time.
Sometimes. It's like when you were talking about earlier when I was talking about, Wu-Tang Clan and talking about, some of the stuff that I was lighting up.
And you like, but I never see that. That's why I made a comment.
Because I mean, I can think about those things because that's the good stuff. But the real life is where I am right now. So we can all. That's.
I do want you to know you were just like going off.
I mean, because I go through different mindsets, different thoughts. I haven't been able to be on the air. I've been at work a lot. I haven't been able to be my true self.
Your trigger word is Frito.
Oh, bro.
But we don't even have to say it. We don't even have to say it.
You just don't know, bro. The intricate plans
But
that
my
I
question
got
is,
that I haven't even put in the work.
Wait. Is my presence triggering to you because we work there together?
No, I always hate Frito. I don't buy no Frito-Lay products at all. If it's only Frito-Lay stuff in the vending machine at work, I don't buy no chips.
Oh my God, you're so petty.
They not getting no more. Well, they didn't really.
Yo, we was in the store one day. This nigga was like, "Yo, we gotta find some other chips." Cause
I'm not,
yo, real shit.
That's not bullshit. I don't watch college sports because I lost my scholarship for playing football because I feel like.
Let me tell you what's funny though. When I left Frito, my daughter was like, "Oh, we're buying Utz."
Fuck Frito.
She was like, "We're buying Utz."
When we was doing grilled chill on Sunday, this nigga be like, that nigga will look. He will look.
I buy rap snacks before I buy Frito.
Oh my goodness. So what do you say to these females that love them
the hot Frito, the hot
Cheetos?
I see a lot of
them flaming hot Cheetos. That's that ratchet snack right there.
You know you love them women with them flaming hot Cheetos.
I hate flavor because they go in hot. But they go in hot and come out hotter, bro. I got stomach issues.
You know that's.
Them hot Cheetos. See, I can do the spicy, but I can't do the flaming hot.
And they used to give us chips all the time. I don't eat chips. That's a funny thing.
You know how many accidentally time on purpose that I dropped the pallet or something to try to fix some shit.
Once again, you can't do negative shit and get
Look,
positive
that was
results.
after they started fucking with me. Hey man,
I was good though because I don't even.
At least one of y'all was.
I don't eat chips and I don't.
She was
drink.
ready to cut another secretary. I don't know that.
I was not. First of all, neither one of us were secretaries. That's number one.
Administrative assistants.
She was.
I don't know what she. I'm just saying.
But
you had a blade on, you would have cut it if you had a chance.
Okay, first of all, I laughed in her face.
You would have cut it if you had a chance.
And I let her know that she would not see me outside with that same energy. That's all I said.
You would have cut her if you had a chance.
I did let her know that outside of those doors.
You would have cut her if you had the chance. You call me all the time.
I would not confirm or deny what I could have done or would have done. I did say that outside of those doors, she would not have that same energy with me.
On that note, I'm going to empty my bladder.
So let me play a video. I'll play a couple of videos. I have to assume that I guess it's not calling in tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
So we're gonna play some videos and have some more conversation because
to that interview.
Yep, I have to charge you for the next one.
I stay focused, here forever, not just for the moment. Long as I know that I'ma own it. We work hard with that grind, boy, that small talk. Apply the pressure like I never ever call off. I stay focused, here forever, not just for the moment. Long as I know that I'ma own it. We work hard and put that grind, boy, that small talk. Apply the pressure like I never ever call off. I want a bag, whole lot of cash, brand new pot to pissin'. I want a jag with green dash, you know my beast is hitting. Try to take me off course, you end up lost. Catch this wave, but you can't surf. Bring that soul, so yeah, that knows. Hope this get played like this for church. We stay blessed as fuck. Every day feel like a movie, coming flash with us. Dip your toes in the jacuzzi, we don't stress for now. I smoke weed that keep me groovy, I'm the next one up. Can't you tell by all these groupies? I stay focused, here forever, not just for the moment. Long as I know that I'ma own it. We work hard and put that grind up, all that small talk. Apply the pressure like I never ever call off. I stay focused, here forever, not just for the moment. Long as I know that I'ma own it. We work hard and put that grind up, all that small talk. Apply the pressure like I never ever call off. If I'm the first one up, I'm leaving the impression that we surf and stun. How we live and teach you lessons. Got my cut from a dark place up between a rock and a hard place. Had to get my hands on the part way, tucking work inside of no face. That was conversations about the past, but how we moving forward. I'm back chasing like I'm last. Been back chasing, need my payments. I ain't waiting on no cash. Spit the cadence, have you saying how he waving on the track. Sound like faith in what he rap. I stay focused, here forever, not just for the moment. Long as I know that I'ma own it. We work hard and put that grind up, all that small talk. Apply the pressure like I never ever call off. I stay focused, here forever, not just for the moment. Long as I know that I'ma own it. We work hard and put that grind up, all that small talk. Apply the pressure like I never ever call off.
I'm vegan.
I don't make the trick, so you know we about to turn on.
Progression. Shout out to Caliber.
Upgraded my new bitch, my old bitch, I know a sense progression. Lash my neck, upgrade my check. Bought a new wrist progression, new flex. All designers, flaking shrimp at Benihana's. Line up commas, drop a bag on your mama. Progression in the store. If I like, swipe, progression. Ball stuff, teach you a lesson. Take a chance, see my progression. Put my foot on low peasants. See no hate, got hate repelling. I got leverage, shine hard. Message. People stay giving opinions and they ain't explored. They don't matter, treat them like Martin. Y'all gotta go, get the stepping. They ain't no factor, I'm about business. I don't even listen, gossip was like chit chatting. Lip flapping, tell us about action. Jaw shit smacking, metal click clacking. Pull up what's hop out the whip. Hit the scene, super clean like a rabbit. Falls down and out of sound. The meanest speaking legend. Many years, too many tears. Times change my grind, epic. Ball down hard just like the Celtics. Spiritual queen, she just melted. Seen her hate, know you felt it. Got old bills like an elder. My house big like a shelter. Tryna get rich, I can't settle. Take it up a notch, up a level. Just went tears, nickname the rebel. Look at my watch, all gold bezels. Chain drip water like tea kettle. Upgraded my new bitch, my old bitch. I know a sense progression. Rash my neck, upgrade my check. Bought a new wrist progression, new flex. All designers, flaking shrimp at Benihana's. Line up commas, drop a bag on your mama. Progression in the store. If I like, swipe, progression. Ball stuff, teach you a lesson. Take a chance, see my progression. Put my foot on low peasants. See no hate, got hate repelling. I got leverage, shine hard. Message. If I like it, I'ma buy it. Swipe. Walk in stores, buy whatever, fuck a price. I got the juice, super fly like a kite. Level up like a flight, shots of goose, something hype. Put the tree in the pipe, shine bright, my cat fight. Make you niggas uptight, trying to clone my life. Bad bone, my stripes, hating ain't my type. Statements ain't my type, you niggas gay like dice. Your chick bad, I strike. Play my style, let this pipe. Grind day and night, just to drop a bag on the dice. Damn.
I don't have to be ain't got shit, nigga.
How did you file? Like that's
Then if you got yourself already positive from tax.
no. How'd you file
Yo, we're back. Shout out to Caliber Progression. That's my shit right there, though. CP3, have you calmed down and empty your bladder? Have you got all the anger out your soul, sir?
I don't know, man.
You went down the toilet?
Nah, we still got some more time.
You got
Kick
some more
off
left.
to the Washington football team game is in 9 minutes. So
Are you nervous?
No, I feel confident this team is gonna go out there and be dominant and do what they need to do to get this win and win the
I
division.
think so too.
I think they're gonna be
So if
ready.
they win tonight, are you spending $40 for a random tie?
Somebody call in, maybe 45.
You
Who
said something
knows?
like call in or call you.
Either one.
Because, I mean,
Well, we got somebody call in now. So we have a guess. We
because
got
we
somebody
don't
call in now.
always put that out there for,
I
you
mean,
know,
it
any
is what it is.
eligible bachelorettes.
Any eligible bachelorettes want to
And
call?
really, I don't even think he really cares if you're eligible as long as you're eligible for tonight.
Yeah, we know your history.
He said
I
pretty
mean,
much.
we've all done things. We're
Uh-oh.
adults.
Oh,
You
my.
know,
Only
it
in
is
church
what it
parking
is.
lots. I've never done it in the church parking lot, son. I've done some
Next to
things.
the church parking lot, not in the church parking lot.
Oh, that's why you did it in the daycare parking lot.
Right.
That was owned by the church.
Right.
But it wasn't the church parking lot.
Well, if the daycare is owned by the church, I'm sorry to
Probably
tell
for
you.
tax purposes only.
No, I'm sorry to tell you, if it's church property, it's church property.
When you was having sex, did you say amen?
Probably. Did she say, "Oh God"?
Yeah. Private minds want to know.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman in the parking lot.
Oh, you got head?
Yes.
Then what do you call that, Bill?
I don't call that.
So did you say, "Oh God, I'm coming"?
I said, "Oh shit, I'm coming."
Okay.
Did
Okay.
anyone call on
You
you?
say amen?
Maybe, I don't know.
Did you get a hallelujah when you bust off in the
No, I
mouth?
think I said, "Oh shit," because I think
Did anyone call on Jesus?
No, I
You sure?
don't say that one out.
You might not, but did she?
She was doing a little something.
Oh, her mouth was
Okay.
full.
Yeah.
Oh,
Something strange for a piece of change.
that's terrible.
I'm just saying, you gotta keep the tabs.
What?
Spitters or quitters.
Oh my
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
I'm just saying.
I'm so disturbed.
So I'm just curious, Miss Lady Antoinette.
Yeah.
What has your Arizona friend said about CP3?
I mean, they're friends, and she did mention that, he does stand out from a few people. He stands out from other guys. He's laughing. He's like, I think it's a nervous laugh though. Wait,
Because he's like,
can
well,
you swallow the bullet? Take
he's like, how did that question come about?
Right. I mean,
I'm
she
thinking,
did. She
like,
definitely said that, and
Okay.
she said that, she did mention that, of course, when they first started, chatting a little bit, he was very consistent, and that was appreciated.
Okay, that's a good thing.
I'm definitely consistent. I don't have time for
You're
bullshit.
consistently a jerk, but in
When-
my opinion, but I don't know
Not
if everyone
really.
shares
I'm
that.
more of an asshole. I don't consider myself a jerk.
So wait, what's the difference between the two again?
Same thing.
See, we're not really. An asshole is more. Well, I am more of an asshole that knows when to be an asshole, and it's not really. I don't use my full king of assholeness every time. So it's like a tempered ass until I have to go full bore asshole. And gloves come off. I don't give a fuck. But being a jerk, that's just your personality. You just don't know how to talk to people, how to relate to people. Kind of like the asshat in the White House. He's a jerk.
He's a New Yorker. It's a difference.
All New Yorkers don't act like that, though.
I know.
Yeah. But
He's a white
I,
New Yorker.
I hope you know that.
he's
You're
more
from
of a
there.
jerk. So when people call him asshole, I get offended. So no, he's not an asshole. I'm an asshole. He's a jerk.
I really feel like those two are like they're brother and sister. Like they.
But you can choose to be an asshole when you're a jerk.
You can choose to be a jerk.
No, when you're a jerk, it's naturally part of your personality.
Oh, okay.
Being an asshole is a
So what am
trained
I?
trait. You're a complicated mixture because you're educated, you're an asshole, and you're a jerk.
So how come I get to be a jerk but you do not?
What am I?
I didn't say I wasn't a jerk, but I was just saying I
Oh.
wasn't making a jerk comment at that time.
Okay.
What am I? Just CP3.
Right.
You're a New Yorker, an asshole, and a jerk. So you're like times 10, motherfucker. I thought I was the king of. That's what I gotta concede. I'm not the king of assholes. I am the King Junior of assholes.
King Junior. Wow.
151 is the king of assholes.
Yeah, I would do shit that I know that would piss people off.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is that you say these things about us, and I know I can speak for myself. I don't know about 151, but you've never seen me on like level 10.
No, because that's the thing. I've seen you chill. See, I grew up in a house with 4 women, so I know that one of the worst things you can do to a woman before she gets to that hysterical stage is when she's calm.
Have you seen me trip out on somebody?
Nah, I ain't never seen you trip out.
Oh, you just heard.
I've heard about it. I've heard stories from GOP from motherfuckers was basically like, he didn't have to go there. You actually heard their feelings when they were like contemplating suicide and shit.
Hello.
But I haven't seen you
Hello.
go there.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, I mean, just because he jumped off the bridge doesn't mean it was because of what I did.
I mean, it was just a really good coincidence, huh?
I mean,
you may have played a major part in that.
He deserved it.
What?
See, the incidents that you're talking about with GOP was, and I'll tell you the story. So since we're here now,
since you brought it up,
I'm just saying.
So I knew it was bad when GOP, who's an asshole, pulled me aside. Was like, "Yo, damn nigga." So basically, it was the first night we were premiering True Radio. And we get there, and they said we're open 24 hours a day. So our time slot was 1:30. If you call me up until 11 or 12 o'clock and tell me you can't do it, I'm good with that. I was working at Largo. So I took a cab from Largo to the harbor. So me and GOP are down there. Calling everybody, nobody's answering phones. We go into the barbecue joint that's across the street. So we're out there, and I look at GOP and I said, if they call me and they come down here and so-and-so doesn't have the key, I'm going to go off. Because what was nigga, you should have called me when you was at home, and I could have just left at this point. So you call and tell me you're on your way there, right? So I get there, and then you call and tell me. Then when I get there, we go face to face. You tell me you don't have the key to get in, and you're calling, and the other people are in Baltimore. At that point, you stop talking to 151. At that point, you stop talking to Keem, who is my nickname. At that point, you're talking to Rakeem, and I'm an asshole. Because at that point, I'm just like, yo, we're talking, and then I'm paying you for this. Yeah. So it's not like you're giving it to me for free. We're going to pay for our allotted slot.
Right.
You got,
can't even use that.
And now, not only do you have me looking stupid because we didn't advertise the show, you got my man out here with me looking stupid. So I'm thoroughly annoyed. It's clearly when I walk up and I'm not smiling. I'm like, yo, what's up? So I'm not even in the mood to joke because you got me out here looking crazy right now. And then to utter the words, I still can't get you in because somebody else has the key and they're in Baltimore. There was no way that conversation was going to end.
Well, no.
Good for anybody.
Let's just say I got a call from GOP like 2 o'clock.
And he said like 151's about the. He said I thought he was going.
Whenever he would say, hey, he didn't call me CB3. He's like, hey, Carol, I might need you to come out to Temple Hills because 151 is going off in this motherfucker, and we might need some backup.
Well, I mean, real talk. Under those circumstances, I would have wanted to smack fire out that dude.
I was on.
I would have been angry, even if it wasn't his fault. I still you play a part.
I didn't realize how bad it was, and I'm God's honest truth. I didn't realize how bad it was until after it happened, and then GOP pulled me aside and was like, "Yo, calm down." And he was like, I was like, "Nah," and he was just like, "Yo, I really thought you was about to hit him," and I was just like, "How did you get that?" He said, "Dude, I turned around because I didn't want to see you hit." He said, because how your energy and how you approach him. He said, dude, you was going like this with your hands. Yeah. He said, I thought that you was going to hit him. And I was just like.
Let's just say government number 2 was about to come out before you would have known when he called. Because I told him, if you need anything, that's when we had first started kicking it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I might need you to come out. So I was like, for real, you need me to? He's like, yeah, I'm going to call you back. I'm like, nigga, let me know because I'm there. And that's the way we work.
And what it was so this is what made the situation bad. And he replied to, I was like, yo, So we advertised this show. We did this, and he said to me, he said, "Well, you know what? This fuck up's on me." And when he said that, I lost it. I was like, "How the fuck it's on you if I advertise for the show?" I said, "How the fuck?" I said, "Yo, you got me and my peoples out here," and I was like, "Yo, GOP." So GOP tried to walk away, and this is what happened. GOP, God bless his soul. He walked away, and I was like, "Come here."
Like that, you walk away.
So GOP comes, and he's like, I was like, he just said this is on him, and we just advertised this. I said, does he not understand we run a radio network? Does he not understand how many people we have underneath us? So when we say that we're going to do this, and this is going to happen. So GOP was like, Hollywood, I just read in one of these things, you just had a write up about you doing this internet station and this, and so this got really bad, and and then GOP was like, "Yo, I did not know you was going to do that." I didn't even know what to say. GOP was actually nice. Actually, in this situation,
because you were.
I was like so aggressive, like
yeah,
GOP.
That's why he had to be nice.
Like GOP was like, you would have thought GOP was an angel, and you know how much of an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
He
called me back, was like, "Don't worry about it." I was about to be on my way up that motherfucker. I was like, "Oh, really? These niggas that took the money talking about they don't have the key. Oh, we can get in that motherfucker. We can do a show tonight. We can get in there. I will come in there and break the motherfucking window on the door. We can get in this motherfucker and we can do the show tonight. And if I gotta bring a little boy with me just to get the point across, then that's what we need to do."
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's his name. Hey.
Keller.
So
he used to ride with me all the time.
I'm sure.
So when GOP saw that, he was just like, "Yo, dude, you really," because I go from when I'm mad, I go from 0 to 1,000, like not 0 to 10. I go from 0 to 1,000 when I get mad. Like it's that easy.
Hey man, I'm the same way.
And that's what, and I was so. Oh no, I actually had a couple of drinks by then too. So it was even worse. Yeah, because we went to a bar, so of course we had drinks. But
it happens.
Yeah, it happens. But I know you heard about that particular incident.
No, like I said, he called me. Like I said, I was asleep. I was supposed to be working in the morning. He called me like, "Hey, I might need you to come out of Temple Hills." So I was like, "All right, man, let me know." I sat up on the bed for a little while, and he called me back like, "Oh, everything cool." I was like, "All right, go back to bed." Because that's how we roll, man.
But that's, like, I mean, that's good. I mean, I'm a pull up queen, so
yeah,
I
mean, my folks back, and I missed the shit out that dude, man.
I miss GOP because GOP used to make me laugh on some of the shit that I do, because he be like one time my nephew had recorded a song about his father being locked up, and so I went over there and we had a conversation. I was just like, "Yo, you gotta give me I need all my equipment." And we arguing back and forth, and my nephew cussed at me or something. He raised his voice at me, and I was like, and my mom ran. My mother was standing behind me, and then when he raised his voice, my mom just walked in the door, and I was like, "Who the fuck is you talking to?" And he said, "Well, you raising your voice." I was like, "Don't cuss at me." And he was like, "You're raising your voice and cussing at me." I was like, "I don't give a fuck about that. This is what it is." And I remember saying it, and I remember when we packed the stuff up in GOP's car, he's looking at me and he says, "Do you realize what you said?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He was like, "You told him not to raise his voice and cuss at you." I said, "Yeah, I did. I'm his uncle." He was like, "But when he said you're doing the same to him, do you know what you said?" I said, "What the fuck did I say?" He said, "I don't give a fuck about that."
Don't.
I mean,
uncle.
And when he said it, I was just like, "Yeah, that probably sounds like something I said."
Yeah, I mean, that's facts. I'm uncle. I don't give a fuck.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I can say whatever the fuck I want because I'm uncle. You gonna listen, goddamn, and I'm gonna put a foot to your ass.
So it was just, but when GOP would catch me in moments like that, and he would remind me, he'd just be like, "Yo, dude, you just be saying some extra shit for no reason." Sometimes
you gotta add
when you mad, I feel like
when you mad, you just say anything.
It's for pure irritation.
Like when my kids were small and people were at my house, Like some of my friends was like, I was about to run.
Mm-hmm.
Or they would sit there and they're trying to hold back laughter because of something that I've said while I'm disciplining my kids. And I don't mean to be like that. I don't mean to be funny. I don't mean
Mm-hmm.
to be extremely aggressive. But it's when you're mad, that's real. It come
So,
out. It come out.
Part of the word bomb.
so shout out to my man Lou from Toon Squad. I'm gonna tell you, this is how I actually met Lou. So I was engineering at Rise and I would do other people's shows. So I used to be off on I think it was a Thursday or whatever the day the show was, and I would do shows from 11 o'clock to 3:30 in the morning.
Right.
So the um the show I was doing was I was engineering this show for this nigga named Big Mo, and the way the track board was set up, it was set at the head of the table. So Mo came in one day and he told me, he's like, y'all want to sit at the head of the table. And I said, dude, I play your music and everything through this and I engineer the stuff. And you want me to sit on the side of you? And he said, yes. And I said, get the fuck out of here with that.
Right.
So he went and told the owner of Raj, who was my man George.
So he told you.
So he told. So George was like, is he paying you? And I was like, nah. He's like, okay, you can sit at the head of the table, just don't engineer the show. You don't tell people like me that shit.
That's what you're gonna do.
So when he came in, he said, yo, I'm on the phone. I was like, oh, yeah, go ahead. So he goes back and he said, yo, this shit ain't set up. I said, hold on 1 second. I said, remember you told George you want to be the head of the table? Yeah. I said, nigga, if you the head of the table, you know how to set this up. He said, what? I said, on my show, the reason why I sit right there is because I run everything. And I was like, but I'm going to be nice. I'm going to set your show up for you.
But you're not going to run it.
But I ain't going to run it. So he invited guests.
Oh.
And my man Lou from Toon Squad Hitters was there. And this is how Lou remembers me. Because I didn't see, I was in the red zone at this point. I didn't see nobody. He invited guests. I was on the phone. I was like, yeah, something, and somehow you get to play music. Holla at me. So I went back out front and I sat. And I said, dude, you don't pay for an engineer. So go ahead, sit at the head of the table.
Right.
So halfway through his show, because the show's only an hour, he comes, he says, yo, Rakeem, I apologize.
Oh.
And I said, cool. He said, I see what you're saying now. I said, no, because you said you wanted to be head. He said, no, I see what you're saying. I said, cool. He said, well, could you set the stuff up and we can at least play their song tonight? CP3, what do you think my answer was?
Fuck no.
You really think I'll be that cold-hearted?
Yes.
For real? That's how you really feel? That was my answer though.
We both feel like that. Like, right.
I was like, nah. I was like, y'all need to reschedule another interview with him. Because as far as me playing it tonight, nah. I said, because I have to prove a point. He said, you proved your point. I said, no, I didn't.
No, I proved my point to where you think I have. I haven't proved my point yet.
I said, because I'm on the phone with my sister, and now you're interrupting my phone call with my sister. So no, you didn't prove your. So now I have to prove a point because now you're gonna. Because now you're going to have to wait. I said, when you reschedule. So when I met Lou, like, years later, he was like, you know why I fuck with you? He was like, why? He said, you remember that Big Mo show? And I was like, you met me on Big Mo show? He said, yeah, you was the nigga that wouldn't hook anything up that night for him because he disrespected you. And he said, the minute you did that, I knew I would use a good dude.
Pretty much. You know how I feel about that.
So shout out to Still Nisha. She's watching.
Oh yeah, that's our Arizona friend.
We were just talking about you. Why don't you call in?
We were just talking about you. You said what now?
What was that?
No, Chicago got their ass whipped.
I'm gonna give us a sports update, sir.
I'm just watching some of the games. Chicago lost to Green Bay. Their chance to go to the playoffs. New Orleans looked like they took care of business against Carolina and secured the #1 seed in the NFC. They get the first round bye. Looked like Seattle handled their business against San Francisco, 23-26. The finals, looked like they secured #2 spot in the NFC. Like we spoke about earlier, the Cowboys lost to the Giants.
Yes, say that again.
The Cowboys lost to the Giants. The Washington football team versus Philadelphia is about to kick off in about 10 more minutes. And I got the game feed going right here, so I'm gonna keep you updated as long as we on the air, because sometimes we do 4-hour shows. Who knows?
Okay. Anything else? You know,
No.
talk about. So you only talking about football. You're not gonna talk about the NBA.
No, I'm not really good at getting
CBD, what is your dislike? How can you like white women and not like the NBA? Nigga, they are made for white women.
I miss the purity of the game, man. I talked about this on the show. That's why I had Robbie. He comes in with the NBA round. They do a great job of covering the NBA. But I miss the old NBA, the late '90s, early 2000s, when to me basketball was at its best. When David Stern hadn't corrupted the league too much. And
Why you fully corrupted the league?
because in order to make money, you have to bow to your sponsors who's paying you the money. That's why they made it a more offensive game. They made it, more rules against the defense of a player, hand checking and all of that. And they brought the
The Jordan rules.
Yeah, and they brought the 3-point line in, and they tried, they score everybody. Most people like scoring. I like defense.
So you didn't like the 3-point line?
No, I just didn't like the way the game had changed. I miss old basketball. I miss pick and rolls. I miss screens. I miss actual seeing plays. I don't like point guards dribbling for 20 seconds because they want to be on the and one tape. They didn't get to the hole and miss the fucking layup. I'm like, I don't care that you can dribble and go through your legs and make somebody break their ankles, but if you can't score for your team, what the fuck is the point? That's why I had an issue with Russell Westbrook.
Because of that, you can't give us the score. I'm gonna give you the score.
You can give us the score.
Ooh, she's taking over your spots, Woods guy.
I don't cover basketball.
Fourth quarter, Wizards and the Nets. Wizards are up 109, 105.
Nice.
So.
What's the new player that plays for the Wizards now?
Westbrook.
What's the player that you don't like?
Westbrook. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like him. I just don't think he shouldn't be a point. Your point guard should not take 30 shots a game. And I mean, he's averaging a triple double. He's broke an NBA record for the first player that on his new team that had triple doubles in his first 3 starts.
So what's the
which is
problem?
great. Because your team doesn't win. Why do you think Durant left OKC? Because he knew he couldn't win with a point guard that took 30 shots a game. When the job of a point guard is to get your teammates involved and get the whole team scoring.
No. Kevin Durant wanted to make sure he at least got one NBA ring.
Well, I mean, sometimes, like I said about LeBron, he had to leave Cleveland to go to Miami to learn how to be a champion. Then he went back and won the championship home. Some guys don't have that built in them. Some guys aren't Kobe. They aren't Dwayne Wade. They aren't LeBron James. They aren't Shaq. They had to learn how to become a champion in order to be a champion. And
but you just said LeBron had to learn how to be a champion.
He did. That's why I understand the hate when he went to Miami. I don't understand the hate for LeBron. LeBron, to me, is one of the greatest players to play the game.
Well, you also have to understand that, a lot of people have grown up in the era when you go to a team and you stay there.
But that's free agency, just like with NFL. We had to get used to it once free agency came into the NFL. And that's part of the game. And I've always said, you can stay loyal to a team.
Said, you can understand how fans feel
but
because
I also
we're not used to it.
Because look at one of my favorite players, Kevin Garnett. He stayed loyal to Minnesota, but if he had left there, instead of being loyal, he would have more than one ring.
That's true.
So being loyal to a team is good, but it can also be to a deficit.
Shit, at least he got one fucking ring.
But if he'd have left 5 years earlier before he signed that extension and they put nobody around him, he could have maybe had 3 or 4 rings. And when he went to Boston, I'm not gonna lie, you can call me a bandwagon fan, but when he went to Boston, I was a Boston fan for that year because I was a KG. I was a diehard KG. I went to Minnesota to see that man play before.
Yo, CP3.
Yo,
I got a question.
What that is?
You want to hear some new Renegade?
Of course.
So let me tell you a quick story. So the other day on Facebook, they did you know how they do the remember post. So the video for the old year video came up. What makes this video so important is because the beginning of the video, we shot my mother's wall, and it had all the pictures of the family on it. And the last comment on the Facebook post is my Aunt Sheila. And he told me about it, and I didn't see it until this morning. But I was just like, damn. But that's why Aunt Sheila loved it, because the very first picture is my grandparents. And and I remember when I showed her the video, she's like, "Oh, that's mommy and daddy," and she was just so thrilled because those are her parents. And it shows like the whole family real quick and stuff. And I remember when we shot the video, he was like, because we shot it literally in my mom's house. We shot it in a graveyard, my mom's house, and then some other scenes somewhere else. But outside and some other scenes in there, like around Old Town. The funny thing is I remember he was like, "So, what do you want to do that's different?" And I was just like, "Yo, I'm about to record my mom's wall." So he took that and he made it the intro of the video. So that's what made it so dope.
That's tight. Because one of the things that I regret with my dad, I don't have any pictures of me and my dad together. The last picture I have of me and my dad is a Polaroid when I graduated high school. That has some like funky border around it, so it's not even a full picture. And that's the one of the beautiful things about social media. Now that you can capture those moments, and they're there, and you can reminisce on it and go back and see it. So
I reminisce over here.
You know what I'm saying? That's some some tight shit. That's why I tell a lot of folks that I'm about to get on some real shit real quick.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm about to get on some real shit.
That bully be having you all over the place.
That shit do, don't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to be introspective.
But we with you though.
Yo, this nigga just bring out a new word every segment.
But one of the things that I pride myself on in my life that I've done is like one of my folks had a strange relationship with his father. And after I lost my dad, I went to him because he did his mom dirty, but he never did nothing wrong to him. He was always there when he I was like, you only get one dad, and once he's gone, he's gone.
Right.
So you can be upset about the way he treated your mom, but you still gotta remember he's your dad. And I would give anything to have one more conversation with my dad.
Right.
That's dope.
He was my best friend. He was the one person that understood me. And I didn't have to over-explain, over-communicate. He understood where I was coming from. He ain't always like it, but he understood it. So when I lost him, it's like I lost that connection because I've always been misunderstood.
Of course
you were? You were oh my God. Let me just play this track.
And because I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to use my words.
I can believe that.
Yeah. Now I do know how to use my words.
So I don't even know what this it just says Pat 1 on this, and so I don't know what the fuck this song is called. Because he has so many, he done sent me like a rack of music, and I don't know which ones I played and which ones I didn't.
Oh, shit.
I think this is one of I didn't play because this shit don't look familiar. So
you got breaking songs coming.
Let's hear it. This joint might be only a minute. I don't know. 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Crank it up, Pedro.
Yo. Renegade Joint exclusive. You don't have to go already. You know how we do.
I gotta wake up and go get the bread. I gotta go ahead and clip up the smack. She all in her feelings, she giving me sex. I got a slack, sweat on my ass. Count up on the move, that's a digital day. They been just losing, I'm living these fads. Never go broke cause I got me a stash. I could never ever live in the past. I gotta wake up and go get the bread. I gotta go ahead and clip up the smack. She all in her feelings, she giving me sex. I got a slack, sweat on my ass. Count up on the move, that's a digital day. They been just losing, I'm living these fads. Never go broke cause I got me a stash. I could never ever live in the past. But I dish it like I give it and go. Counting money while I chill at the stove. How I deliver, I've been at the dough. It's up to you how business will go. That 36 I get for the look. Count it up, no feelings will show. Spend so much, gotta get it some more. When they hands out, I just give them a note. How they always talk about me, but a nigga stand out. Watch out how you really walk up to me, that's a man down. All these niggas got these drums with them like a band now. I've been doing what I want, that's what you can't doubt. I've been just feeling myself. Do I just really need help? I got my weight up, I be just telling myself, I got love for all of my dogs. I take a pay cut, some niggas really gon' ride, some niggas really gon' slide. So go say a prayer, we ain't never gotta slap five. Nigga, just pay your tithes and call me the mayor. I gotta wake up and go get the bag. I gotta go ahead and clip up the smash. She all in her feelings, she giving me sex. I got a slack, sweat on my ass. Count up on the move, that's a digital dash. They been just losing, I'm living these fads. Never go broke cause I got me a stash. I could never ever live in the past. I gotta wake up and go get the bag. I gotta go ahead and clip up the smash. She all in her feelings, she giving me sex. I got a slack, sweat on my ass. Count up on the move, that's a digital dash. They been just losing, I'm living these fads. Never go broke cause I got me a stash. I could never ever live in the past.
Appreciated this. You give him a beat, and I like it because it looks out anything like it shouldn't be like not every song gonna sound like money, which it shouldn't. So you got to be able to do anything and everything. Yeah. Well, that's how you really rap. A lot of niggas like certain people, and I've seen singers do this too, where they get comfortable in the beat per minute. So they'll be comfortable in a 90 beat per minute. And all their songs sound the same.
Yep.
You got to be able to flick it up. Whether you rap, whether you sing or whatever, you got to be able to make the beat your own. And a lot of artists can't do that, to be honest with you. A lot of artists get stuck at the beat, like the beat controls what you do.
Right.
So perfect example, the song Grinding. Nigga, you can say anything to Grinding and it sounds hot. The beat the Special Delivery. You can say hot dog butter cakes and the shit still, the beat is just hot.
I'm judging now.
Yeah, I am too. I'm gonna talk about
it.
it.
When I judged about Chicken with Super Soul Inside, I was wrong.
I didn't say you were wrong. That song was ridiculous.
But
it's just,
But certain beats that you can get away with that. But as an artist, you should be able to control the beat. Like the one thing I like about Drake is like this. Drake, no matter what song, what you put Drake on any type of beat, he's gonna kill it.
Yeah, he gonna do his
Because his style, he can adapt his style to any type of beat. Like dog, when people was going trap heavy, he just went to smoother beats. And yeah, the trap people may went 1 time platinum, but he's going 3 times platinum. So what's really hood?
Yeah.
It's kind of wild how folks tunnel vision sometimes on one goal or one objective and don't broaden their horizon. I used to do the same thing.
Well, that's why we be trying to get you to stop talking bad about skinny jean niggas because see, skinny jean niggas is gonna buy your beats, nigga.
There's no way around it. I'm sorry.
So you're not gonna say your beats to somebody with skinny jeans?
Nigga, the price
gotta
is.
be right. I'm gonna charge a skinny jeans surcharge.
The skinny jeans
The skinny
tax.
jeans tax. Because I'm sorry, dog. You should not be wearing the same size jeans as your girl.
But that's your preference, though.
That's not your. That's not. Let me tell you something.
No, that's your preference.
Those may be his jeans.
Those your
but
preference.
His money is still green. Okay.
If they wanna wear nut hugger jeans, that's their preference. Since we're on clothes, since we're talking about clothes, shout out to Eric Kuza, make of the sweatsuit I got on and the At the Bar and the Sports on the Hill t-shirt.
You did. But yeah, segregation was also legal. That don't mean it was right.
Look.
What does that
Dog,
have to do with
before baggy clothes, niggas dressed like punk rockers and they wore nut huggers.
Let me tell you something.
I never wore tape.
Back in your granddaddy days. Okay.
That's my granddad. I'm talking about.
No, back in your granddaddy days, they wore them little shiny tight suits.
And here's the thing too, CP3. The same thing you saying about nut hugger jeans, niggas was saying the same thing about baggy jeans. Yeah. Why are these niggas wearing these damn near dresses? Why are these clothes so baggy? Like, yo, they were saying the same fucking nigga.
Because you gotta remember that.
I mean, Jim Jones maybe
came along with some baggy jeans too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my pants were baggy, but I still had them up on my ass.
Okay, but listen to what I'm saying. There were people who had a lot to say about that. They did. They had a lot to say. So it's gonna be naysayers in any sense of style.
It is. It is. It is.
It's gonna be people. Everybody not gonna like everything.
They're not. They're not.
You know, some people don't like Tim's.
Some people wear Uggs
I'm just saying.
or lugs.
Some people say, nah, they, Tim's are for this type
For
of body.
Bama niggas in New York, I love Tim's.
Or DC.
It's been I haven't bought a 10 pair of
You
Timbs.
used to wear
Oh
Tim's
my
with some
God.
slouch socks and some shorts.
No, I
didn't
never
you?
had socks.
You had
Okay, so you wore
you wore Tim's and shorts.
with
Yeah, I wore Tim's and shorts.
You's a
two
Bama
socks
nigga.
and shorts.
You was a Bama nigga.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You was a
So-
stripper magnet. All you needed was.
That's fucked up because I was going to my sugar phase at that time.
We know.
Lady
Matter of
Internet.
fact,
Lady
the-
Internet.
The company picnic we was talking about. Did you wear Tim's and shorts then?
I think I had my Jordan shorts over my Timbs.
And then you came with the stripper. You see?
Lady Internet. Notice when you said Tim's and shorts, and he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, you the stripper magnet. He's like, oh yeah, I
But
was.
now he was like this. Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
true.
saying.
It's true.
Nigga, he was a walking stereotype.
I can't deny it. I was.
With the
I
wife
did it for a reason.
beater shorts.
Did you have a white beater on too?
Yeah.
Did you drink a 40 that day?
Nah, we had a red cup though.
Ah!
I had a red cup. Remember, I got something in the car, so I'm on my way.
Dog, you would check off 4 out of 5 stereotypes on that one day.
And I used to use it in my advantage every
wait,
time.
here you go. What were you driving?
Cadillac.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn,
Right there.
son.
There you go. I mean,
Did you watch Menace to Society earlier that day?
Probably.
You know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up. I'm just saying, they were fucking with me, so I had to fuck with them. I played chess.
What does that got to do with a family fucking picnic?
Right, that ain't have nothing to do with nobody but you.
Every move that I made,
That ain't have nothing. You the one
I wanted
looking
to make
crazy.
those white folks feel uncomfortable.
I bet you did.
You fucking right, I did.
Well, you made some of the black people uncomfortable.
I don't give
too.
a damn. I was worried about the white fuckers that kept on fucking with me.
Were you uncomfortable, Lady Internet?
No, it was a few of us. We sat there together
And just
he
shake
walked
your
in,
head.
And then like
and
she
when
started
he
to give a
came
lap
in,
dance. Ain't like she started
we
to give a
started
lap dance.
laughing. All we could do was laugh.
Ain't
Like,
like she
what
started to
is
give a lap
this?
dance and nothing.
What?
And I had a diaper bag. That's what made it even worse.
For the babies, he had kids. Like, he came in there. He came with a stripper, looking like how he was looking, driving where he was driving, with kids and a diaper bag on his shoulder.
So at what point do you go, I'm going to really set this motherfucker off? Did you just wake up and be like...
So when he walked in, the people that I was sitting with, we looked, and it was like, what is Foots doing? And we just all laughed. Like, really?
Hey, man,
You know, I'm just saying, you just walk in with that nigga. Like, dog, you nigga.
What is Foots doing? Like, really?
Hey, man. I always had to be different, man, because they used to fuck with me, so I had to fuck with them.
Dog, what did that guy do?
Right, and then she was all, like, loud a little
No,
bit.
she wasn't really
She was loud because I heard her. I was sitting far away, and I heard her. She was like, y'all got crabs. I was like, oh,
Y'all got crabs? Oh, she was one of them crab hoes? She's a crab hoe. Just say she was a crab hoe.
She was
she was
thoroughly impressed by the fact
yo.
that
Did she start like picking her teeth with the Broco crab claw?
Probably.
Did she do that?
Nah, she wasn't that bad.
But she showed.
She had some hood in her.
Yeah, she showed when she saw them crabs.
It was what stripper don't have a little hood.
Did you take some Old Bay sauce and put it on her back later?
Nah.
You ain't taking no hot butter?
She had a unique physique, I would just say.
Stripper?
Yeah.
What the fuck is a unique physique?
A stripper body?
I mean, alright. We gonna talk about it, let's talk about it.
Oh.
You know how some females have their clit pierced or whatever?
Yeah.
She actually had the lips, had studs all the way down. Like a landing strip. That shit was like.
If that ain't some stripper
I ain't never seen no shit like
type
that before.
of badge, I have never heard.
I was impressed. I had never seen nothing like that.
Oh, time out. What word did you just use?
He said impressed. He was impressed.
That shit looked sexy. It was like a land, it was like a runway trying to get into the pussy. That shit was beautiful.
Oh Lord, somebody help him.
I couldn't help it.
You ain't take a picture?
I saw my corrupted hard drive on my laptop.
Well, I wonder why it's corrupted.
Certain things happen. Certain things got shot.
Shot.
You know, shot on film that didn't transfer properly.
Oh.
Did you
And, you know,
videotape her?
And you corrupted the hard drive.
You know, LimeWire, man. You know all
Okay,
those.
I'm familiar.
It's
with...
on that old hard drive. I still got stashed away.
So you had LimeWire, Napster songs on
Nah, I
there?
ain't had that. I ain't never fucking Napster. LimeWire, I was exchanging certain
I'm sure.
information. Yeah, across across the country sometimes. Yeah, I had some connects in LA.
Okay.
Doing some things.
I'm sure.
You were always doing some things apparently.
I'm just saying, you gotta diversify your portfolio, man. You gotta get streams of income coming in from different venues wherever you can, because you never know when a pandemic might hit and limit your money.
Okay.
See what we're going through right now?
Thank you for Thug Business 101.
I'm just saying, you have to have different streams. You should have more than one bank account. I have
That's
3.
true.
You know, gotta spread those funds out because you never know. Stuff happens, man. Rainy day, you gotta think about tomorrow sometimes.
That's true.
I bet it do for you.
Yeah, you do, man. Shit happens, man. Folks get caught in customs.
See, I was waiting.
You know what? You
I
know
was
what?
just like waiting for that one little comment.
I'm just gonna play.
Somebody.
I'm gonna play a
about
random.
To have a whole raid.
I'm gonna play a random ass song and
Hey, y'all ain't ready for this. Is another one, Raz. I'm flowing through this hardcore simply cause I'm marvelous. The greatest of all time, the title, yeah, I'm robbing it. I got them stressed from head to toe, they bleeding from their nose. Yeah, I got them upset, now they out of control. It's that hip hop boom back, hitting the track. It's the illest of my lyrics, it's the way that I rap. Don't hold back the applause, y'all, give me a clap. I'm about to change the game and turn the whole cycle back. By any means necessary, Malcolm X. I'm that low key known as a triple threat. Got beauty and brains, my skills on deck. Yeah, extra with the flavor, the flow when I flex. Now step to the line and that neck get checked. I'm the best kept secret, quiet as kept. They going hard in the paint, now they met they match. Every title that they hold, I'm about to snatch. Cause I'm marvelous. I'm marvelous.
Cause I'm marvelous.
Yeah. I spit fire like I did in the booth. Yeah, I spit it so fluent that they know it's the truth. My style ain't like theirs, they don't know what to do. They try to push me aside, put me in the group. Technically, they bout to be the ones that get that boot. Yeah, I'm breaking new grounds and I'm spreading the roots. Salute, I'm that soldier, I'm down with them troops. Yeah, I'm heavy with that ammunition. Lyrics when I be spitting, got niggas bitching up when they hear me ripping. Coming through like a bomb, yeah, you know I'm ticking. I'm a beast so pretty, I purr like a kitten. Too hot to handle, baby, yeah, you need those mittens.
Hey, cause I'm marvelous.
She's an avid supporter of the show. She had sent me the song a while ago too. She sent me 2 songs, but just want to show some love and play it. And while CBT tells us some crazy war chronicles.
Yeah.
Stripper Chronicles.
We working on the web series. We just gotta start putting the pen to paper. That's all. Trust me, some of these stories they're all true. But
That's the scary part.
Yeah, they're gonna have you like, nah, this shit couldn't happen. I'm like, yeah, I was there. It really happened.
You couldn't tell me this time last year that 2020 was gonna go the way it was going. You couldn't tell me that.
Oh nah, hell no. I ain't predicting that. I wasn't trying to predict that craziness. I'm talking about stuff that happened in my life.
So,
but I mean, for everybody.
I mean,
so CPT, what are your Super Bowl predictions?
Well, until this game is over, the playoff picture isn't fully locked in. But Kansas City, won last year. Can't really put it against them. NFC, Green Bay got the #1 seed. I'm not a real big Aaron Rodgers fan. I really don't see all the hype. I really don't see all the hype. I don't. He got one Super Bowl. He got one Super Bowl.
That doesn't mean he's not a good.
No, I'm not saying he's not good. I just know all the hype that's surrounding him. He never had help. He had quality players around him. he didn't do it all by himself, but for some reason he gets the mystique that he carried that whole team by himself, which is a false narrative. So I can't buy into that. Appreciate it, my brother. And I mean, he's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's not good. I just don't buy into all the hype. Like I said, people, I just don't see it. But Green Bay is a dangerous team because their defense is formidable. Their offense, when they have their running game going, is top flight.
So you think they'll be in the Super Bowl?
I'm trying to think who else is. I was just looking at the playoff tree earlier. I'm trying to think who else. New Orleans looked good with Drew Brees being back. They're the second seed. Chicago lost, so they out of the playoffs. Who else is there? Seattle was in. They're definitely, Russell Wilson is definitely an X factor with what he can do on the field. So it's kind of like the NBA. The NFC is kind of like the East Division. It's kind of wide open. All the teams are pretty much even. And any given Sunday, any of them could, fall flat on their face. So I don't know if I'm ready to jump out there and go with prediction. But
So when will you be?
after this game, I'm going to say.
But you already picture your winner for this game.
Yeah, but it depends on how they play this game. That's what I'm recording the game at home. I'm watching right now on my phone. But Washington can make some noise if Alex Smith can stay healthy and manage the game. Not saying they can win it all, but we all know a quality defense and an offense that doesn't turn the ball over is a combination for success along with a running game, which Antonio gets in his back.
Yeah.
Even though he does have the turf toe, he's playing today along with Terry McLaurin, who has a house ankle sprain. But they're giving it a go to actually 3rd and 10 on the Eagles 25 on the 6:35 left in the first quarter. It's 3rd and 10. Alex Smith throws the ball underneath to Isaiah Wright, who I said was going to have a big game this game if you watch Sports Center on Monday. And he get the first down, 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Washington football team looking to score first to go up on Philadelphia. So as I predicted, I feel they're going to win this game. And if Alex Smith can stay healthy, this defense can play like we've seen them play. Excuse me, especially against Dallas in the 2 games they played. Getting pressure, causing turnovers, getting sacks, containing the quarterback, and staying defensively sound. This team could make some noise. I'm not predicting they're going to the Super Bowl, but I'm just saying hosting the first game, even though it's an additional wild card game. If everything falls right, this team stays healthy and continue to play good ball. Now that the distraction is gone, I would love to say they could make it possibly to the NFC Championship game.
He just referred to Haskins as the distraction.
I mean,
Damn. Yes, you did, sir.
Yeah, because he was. That's what I feel that was the problem with last. He was distracting during the playoff run. When you're trying to win your division.
Last year?
No, this year. Yeah, he was a distraction. With him getting, with the COVID.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a distraction to the team, and that's what his bullshit apology that his agent made him tweet out, talking about, I'm sorry to be a distraction to my team during this playoff push. You're not sorry. You're just saying it just to save face, just so you wouldn't get cut.
I mean, he may feel some sense of remorse.
This is the second time.
I know. I'm talking about just his actions.
Man,
he's being checked hard right now.
Your level of disgust is so.
Because it was just, to me, it was just lip service. You do it once, okay, we can say youthful indiscretion. You do it twice, that's just stupidity and immaturity.
Right. But I'm saying, as far as he thought he was on top of the world.
So CP3, how you feel about the Steelers?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I think that was one of the losses I had on my picks. I had them beating Cleveland this week, but Cleveland beat the Steelers to make the playoffs for the first time since, I think they said 2011. Oh, no, 2002.
It's forever.
So, I mean, Cleveland is definitely a team to watch out for. Pittsburgh.
Anything you want to say to Steelers fans out there?
They better hope Ben get healthy, because Mason, whatever his name is not going to get them to the promised land. And there's a rumor that the Washington football team broke the Steelers when they ended their undefeated streak.
It's not a rumor. That's literally what happened.
I mean, it's not.
It's sad.
I mean, they weren't.
So they went from undefeated.
Then they played us, lost, and then they've been losing.
12-4. They lost 4 out of the last 5.
And they're out the playoffs.
No, they still the 3 seed. They were the number 1 seed. They fell to the 3 seed.
Damn, they dropped though.
Yeah.
I mean, because I mean injury. Ben was hurt because he's my fantasy football quarterback, and it looks like the Washington football team just scored.
Yeah,
Terry
they did.
McLaurin with looked like a 5-yard touchdown. He was questionable to play, but he had a high ankle sprain. But big players make big plays and tough through it. They don't go to strip clubs and make it rain instead of studying film. And Washington football team is up 6-0 against Philadelphia with players that actually want to be here and want to win and be
I
successful.
mean, tell us how you really feel.
Because I defended that dude for almost 2 years.
Bullet got you
I
feeling
Welcome to the shade room.
Right.
I defended that dude.
You
I
all
put my
kinds
reputation.
of shady.
I put my
in it.
reputation on the line for that dude. I backed him when everybody else.
You are
was
Thug
talking
Shady. You ain't Slim Shady, but you are Thug Shady
It's a new
today,
year,
sir.
Baby. It's coming out, baby. It's coming out. He deserved it. He lost his girlfriend, lost his agent, and lost his job, and all in the same week. And he bought it on himself.
How you lose his girlfriend?
Apparently, she dumped him after he got cut.
She the reason why.
Exactly.
Ain't she the one that posted the picture?
Yes, the video.
Picture the ironic nature of
Was she black or white?
Come on now.
I don't know. I've never seen.
You know.
You don't know if she black?
I think she black. So, but I mean, hopefully, I don't know if he will get another shot in the NFL. There's rumors. I haven't had a chance to confirm it. I said that last week on the show that Carolina may be interested in him. I don't know how true that is. I haven't gotten any confirmation from any of my sources that I talked to.
Yeah.
But
Well, the fact of the matter is, before he got drafted, nobody was really looking at him anyway.
I mean, but if you go back and look at that draft, technically, according to PFF Pro Football Focus, he was the second highest rated quarterback in the draft. That's why when Washington drafted him at 15, it wasn't a reach, even though everybody wants to say it was a Daniel Snyder's pick. And I'm going to address this again because I'm so tired of y'all regurgitating this false rumor going through the DC sports media that y'all listen to on the local airwaves. Daniel Snyder had nothing to do with that pick. That was a Bruce Allen pick. That was a Kyle Smith pick. The same guy y'all pissed off that Ron Rivera won't hire as GM, he decided on that pick. But y'all pick and choose when y'all want to be pissed off because y'all some angry, frustrated folks.
So you don't
I
think
get
that
it.
the sons having a relationship had anything to do with it?
Sons have a relationship with what?
They played together. Well, they went to the same school.
With
Haskins went to the same school as Snyder's son.
he went to Ohio State. He had a great season where he threw 50 touchdowns. He's a hometown
I'm
guy.
asking, do you think that had anything to do with it?
I mean, he played a role in it, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the scouting department. And as I always go back to, Snyder being the genius that he is, when he purged Scott McCloughan's scouting department and kept them after he fired him for being an alcoholic when he was giving him drinks for him to be an alcoholic.
That's true.
Which improved our draft. So
the liquor help.
I mean, that's how savage of a business. That's why I get tired of these fans, whining and talking, oh, Snyder doesn't know. He's a businessman. He's not a football
But
owner.
he is, yeah, you're right. But he has been known to be messy
Yeah,
in the mix where he shouldn't.
But in the last, I say 7 years, he's done nothing but open his wallet and say, what do you need to win? And that includes the Jay Gruden years, which he should have been way more like he used to be and cut a motherfucker when you see there's no potential. But he had to change the narrative of him having no football coach to ever fulfill their contract under him.
Right.
And that's why I feel he gave him that 2-year extension just to end that narrative. And then with him bringing in a coach like Ron Rivera, that's a no-nonsense guy that has a great reputation around the league and is a stand-up guy and nobody has anything negative to say about him. He can afford to just say, run the team, Ron. That's why Ron is choosing his GM and not folding to the pressure of the fan base of promoting Kyle Smith if he doesn't feel like that will be a good fit for him. He did a great job in his first year of running the draft. Look at all the players we just talked about. Antonio Gibson, Gandy Golden. Unfortunately, he hasn't been healthy to show what he can do, but there's potential there. The whole draft class. was on him. He did it. You see the growth in this team. They're playing for a division title tonight.
Right.
They got flexed from a 1 o'clock game to an 8 o'clock game, which normally we would dread.
Yeah.
But didn't they beat Pittsburgh on a Monday night game? Oh. So doesn't that signal that there might be a new team, a new thought process? They cut a first round pick during the season, during the playoff push, because they did some shit that was a distraction in the media. How many times have we seen a player get arrested or whatever, and the team defend them and don't cut them? It's new. I understand the 25, 30 years plus of frustration almost. But you can't allow that frustration to cloud your judgment of what you see right now, what's going on, and what this team is building.
What's this? Oh, no, that was old footage.
Just think about if this team had preseason, OTAs, training camp. Those first 4 games. Was that an interception by Curl? I think Cameron Curl, my rookie to watch, might have just got an interception.
That's what I was saying.
Against Philly. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Another draft pick, a 7th round draft pick out of Arkansas, who my colleague that called him to show, DJ Dujanay, actually saw the Senior Bowl, and we touted and said that he was going to be a standout player. But no, don't listen to us. We're not on the radio. We're not 5, guys sitting around the table that talk about everything but sports, but so-called the sports junkies. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had a syndicated deal on NBC Sports talking about some bullshit. It'd be a little bit lighter.
Welcome to the Angry Boy Podcast.
Wow.
I'm just
Let's welcome to Angry Sports featuring CP3.
I'm just spitting facts. Certain folks don't belong. They only run the radio because of certain skin tones and certain people that they know in the game.
My God.
And the only reason they got a syndication deal.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
He's on one today. Wait, he's drinking Bullet and what?
Bud Ice.
Buddy White, baby. 6.6% alcohol content, baby.
It's not a whole lot.
No, but it's nice and smooth.
That's smooth? I don't think any beer is smooth, personally.
I'm a beer drinker. I've been drinking beer since I was 2.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, shit.
Got a picture.
Wife beaters, cornrows.
Nah, I ain't had a wife.
Beer in a bottle.
They wouldn't let me go.
He had beer in his baby bottle, y'all.
I was walking around with a 7-ounce pump.
So, have you reconsidered your stance on getting Taylor a pocket pussy?
No, I have not.
He's like disgusted by the cleanup process.
Because if I don't have one, goddamn it, he ain't
Well, get you one then.
No, I am not that desperate. Shit.
I'm just saying, desperate times calls for desperate measures.
No, I'm not that desperate. Like I said,
he said,
yeah. I can swing around Capitol Heights real quick, I'm sure. I get my brakes and rotors done.
So you want Lady Internet to drop you off at Capitol Heights?
I will not. I am going one place.
She's going to leave. I gotta get home.
I am driving one place and one place only.
I bet you wishing Backpage was still operating, huh?
Wow.
There isn't already another one up, dog.
Wow.
Is it still Backpage?
I'm sure you know all about it, don't you?
I know some people that know some people. I'm just saying,
What are you saying?
People know where to go to look for what they need to look for.
I bet you do.
I might know some people that know some people that know some people.
You know a lot of people.
I do. I've been in Missouri a long time, man.
You don't like right?
I know a lot of people, man. Do a lot of different things.
We know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Go Villain. He
Mr. Villain.
What's going on, Mr. Villain? How you doing, man?
He hit us on IG. Shout out to him.
Mr. Villain.
Yeah, man. That was one of our best interviews last year, I say.
Yeah, because he said he agreed with you. That's all.
Just saying, we don't have to mitigate the reasons why. I'm just saying it's one of the best interviews we had.
I will always salute Go Villain's girl because that was like a 4-hour interview.
Yeah.
You know how it goes here sometimes, man. Once the drink start pouring.
And I have to sit in between the two of them. Oh my goodness.
Yo, that's like one of those joints you be like, I'm about to go to this interview. You think it's gonna be like 15 to 30 minutes. Like, no, this shit was like.
And they cut to the end 4 hours later.
Yeah.
I always ask them, don't you watch the show? Don't you see how we go? It ain't gonna be no 15-minute interview.
Yeah.
Because we got some questions and we gonna talk about some other shit.
But she was chilling. And
She
then
was chilling though.
laughing. She was laughing at us because we were a little different.
We a lot different.
She needs to bring some friends with
But I think we have some great um guests.
We do.
And we get to see their support system from time to
Yeah.
time. And I think for me the funniest was Don Napper's
That joint was so
his
crucial.
fiance
Yeah.
or wife. She was sitting off to the side dying laughing at us.
what we do, man. We have fun, man. That's what it's all about, man. I know I had fun when I come on the show.
What are we supposed to? If you're not enjoying yourself while you're on the show, then what are you doing?
Pretty much.
You know.
You know what I just wish GOP was here, man. Imagine him on this panel.
But here's the thing, though, is
in 2021.
Oh,
oh Lord,
Imagine him on this panel. No, man.
this be a 5-hour show.
It'd be a 6-hour show. Just him going off on a political rant every now and again.
I don't kind of like what you do when you go off.
I gotta fill in for my bro that ain't here.
We see.
Yeah,
But you got your moments where you have a whole monologue.
I gotta bring that.
Like,
and then you end it with your thug passion.
Motherfucker, you gotta have that Samuel L. Jackson. You gotta have a motherfucker. That's for effect.
That's what these extra long shows started. Because when me and GOP did our show at Rise, we were supposed to be an hour.
Y'all niggas invited me.
And then we went to an hour and a half. And then when I started running the show, we went to whatever time I got tired. So most of the time we went in the show till like 3:00.
Right.
And people would just listen to us, and it was just crazy. Sometimes we just wouldn't even have guests. It'd just be me and GOP just chilling, bouncing off random shit that done happened. You know, when they had I ain't playing no music that night. When they had the shooting in Texas.
Which one? Unfortunately.
It was the one with the young boy where they sent the robot to kill the guy.
Yeah.
But the guy, he was, because he was black, he had an AR-15, but he was legal.
Because he was trying to shoot the police.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
Oh yeah, I know Dave Chappelle broke that whole thing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope folks know that story because I actually researched it, but I didn't delve deep into it until I saw the special and I looked deeper into it. I mean, we gotta do a subtext to that.
Well,
yeah.
Well, the thing about it is though, when that happened, we were live on the air, so we actually was talking about it live on the air as it happened. So the minute they changed the narrative, we was like, okay, why are they changing the narrative? This.
Yeah, it was a big change too.
It was a black police officer that was a whistleblower on one of his co-workers that was abusive to a prison arrestee or whatever you want to call him in custody, and by him reporting his co-worker, he ended up getting fired. He tried to go through all the right proper channels to get his job back, and he didn't. Lost his pension, lost everything, and he snapped. As a black man in law enforcement trying to do the right thing. That's why they say the thin line between blue and black.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard for a black police. That's why I really don't give them too much shit. But unfortunately, in my past, most of the over-aggressive or escalating officers have been black officers.
Well, I mean, look at where you live. We have a lot of African American police officers in this area. You know, like even for me, my family was DC police. Like almost all of my friends, my dad, my uncles, cousins, um, DC police, and I know a lot of current police officers, African American police officers across the country, including some in Texas. And of course, that situation, I did reach out to them, like, what's going on? What's going on? But my heart does go out to them because I remember this one guy went on camera and he was a police officer and he recorded himself quitting and joining protesters. And they do deal with a lot of stuff, you know, on a day-to-day basis because you got to remember those racist police officers that are problematic, those are their coworkers. They have to work alongside of them. And sometimes you don't know who is the one that is racist and stabbing you in the back and who's your friend. So it is tough.
I try to explain that to folks that by being a black police officer, you're constantly having to prove trying to prove yourself to the black community and to the people that you work with.
Yeah.
That either you're more blue or you're more black.
Yeah.
And conundrum, another big word, that they run into is when they do see injustice, how can they speak up? Because then if they do, they know that it's going to get out. And then their counterparts that they work with that might not necessarily agree with them, if they need backup or they need assistance, they're not going to get it. And they can end up losing their life in this line of duty, so-called, because they want to prove a point about the thin blue line.
Yeah.
Now, I speak about the shows, Chicago series, Chicago PD, Fireman. I've actually reached out to the producers and talked to them on a different level about some things that I want to do with some of the content they talk about. Because they address the police brutality issue with Chicago PD.
Yep.
And one of my favorite characters is Royster Hawkins, who I reached out to several times trying to see if I can get an interview or get him, talk to him. Haven't been successful yet, but I'm going to keep trying because that's who I am. But they touch on a lot of subject matter dealing with the police department and with black officers. He's gone through a transition where he actually, came, told about a police officer that was racially profiling a victim of gun violence, that the police officer killed him. And instead of keeping his mouth shut and letting the narrative go by that the cop died the hero, he actually spoke up and said the black guy was innocent, the white cop was profiling, and he's facing a whole backlash from the police department.
Right.
I'm not trying to plug the show or whatever, but
Nigga, you is.
I mean, but they talk about real shit.
Right.
And about the climate in America right now. So, as I always say, my advice to any minority that gets pulled over, don't be that aggressive. Why you pulling me over? Yada. Ask him, let him do his thing. Give me your ID. If he's aggressive, escalate it, get his badge number, call the police department, file harassment charges. By you arguing and fussing and cussing at him, he has the upper hand because he's the police. If he shoots you dead, he can always say, I had fear for my life. And he's always going to get off. But if you handle it the proper way, go to the police precinct, get his badge number, file harassment charges, go to court, it will work out. I've done it. I've had to do it.
So for every time it did that, for every one that it did work out, there's some others that it didn't work out.
Yeah.
True.
Because
you got.
But you get it on a record. And
Right,
it goes
but
in their file, even if it doesn't any discipline, it goes in their file and
there are
shows the
some
track
people
record.
that don't get that opportunity. That's
True,
what we wanna say that. But what I do want to say is that you're talking about you trying to reach out to an actor. I'm telling you right now, if we want to interview a police officer anywhere in this country, I can arrange that.
Well, then let's do that.
I have the third highest
Let's-
police official in PG County. We're in the works right now, setting some stuff up. So,
Right.
Well, then
So I have
let's-
PG County, DC, federal police officers, across the country. So we can literally do that and kind of get. I even have retired police officers. Like my dad and a lot of my family members were police officers in DC in the 80s and 90s. Let's be real.
But I'm speaking more for the social media pool. That's what I was
Well, yeah, I know. I feel
that's
you.
how-
But I mean,
But
to get a
definitely, I
count
would love.
of real stuff.
Yeah, I've been trying to link up.
I would love to interview. I'm sorry, CP3.
I mean, you
But
guys want for how many times I've been trying to say let's do a police community event? How many?
But even not doing an event, I would just love to interview a police officer
And even if
and
they
get
don't
and
want
ask
to-
them the questions like that.
And they
I'm trying to
can
get the
call
third
them.
house breaking official. We talked about him coming on to the show and doing an interview. So I'm in the works.
But see, at the same time, there may be some police officers that want to talk,
But they can't.
but they
But they
can't.
can't,
So
exactly.
we can give them the opportunity to call in, not really give their name, and talk about their different accounts that they
Yeah.
want to talk about. So being the third highest ranking police officer, from what I know, in positions that I have held, and you already know what that is, a lot of times, if they are going to come here, they have to go through a lot. You have a public affairs office or, someone who is monitoring the information that's going out, they could lose their job.
Well,
So-
what he explained to me, he's the commander. He makes that call, and if he decides to do it, it's on him.
Right.
So
But
we're in
With
the
that
works.
said, everyone answers to somebody.
Oh yeah, true. But
You
as
know,
long as we can
Because
close
what
it
you
down.
don't want to do is have somebody be interviewed and they piss off their employer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Their
Well, I told him
boss.
what the content was. Like we're not going to do no
Right, but I
introspective
mean,
investigative shit.
at
We
the
just wanna
same
have a
time, we
conversation.
want he can come on, but we want some real stuff.
Oh, he's.
But I mean, I want them to be comfortable enough to ask them. Like if I ask
answer
them,
these questions.
what what are you feeling on George Floyd?
But no, we had that.
Like, let's
As I was
have.
selling him
Well,
his
there
car,
are a
we had
lot
that
of police
conversation.
officers that have gone on record speaking out against that
Yeah.
situation
He's
and that
PG
tragic
County
event.
born and bred. So we talked when I sold him his car. We talked about all of that stuff injury, and he said he has no problem in it. That's
So,
his personal opinion.
for 2021, I feel like, you know, for me, I don't do resolutions. I do personal growth. If
Yeah.
I reflect, I look back at different things that I have done, haven't done, and I make changes. And I do want to be more positive and have a positive impact on my just, in my life and others around me.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would definitely be a good thing. And I can get, if we can have a show dedicated to that, that would be perfect
We
because
can.
we can open that door, and we can get different officers that have different.
I mean, I can also get, and we can do maybe even make it a 3-part show because it'd be so deep. I can have a lady who her son was abused by officers and almost went to jail, and he was proven innocent. I actually interviewed her and her lawyer, and the activist to help get her son off.
Right.
About like 2 years ago.
And see that's important to hear different sides of the story.
Yeah. So
I mean, and we can set that up for this year. I mean, we have Police Week.
Yeah.
In the spring, we can do it at any given time. But I feel like a lot of times the door needs to be open for that conversation.
Yeah. I think it's the thing about it is a lot of people are scared to ask.
Yeah.
It's one thing to say we need to change, but then if you don't want to do anything to incite the change, then what are you talking about? So, like, and that's a good way for us to give back and to get people thinking.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know, and some of our listeners that know me personally know, my position as far as law enforcement, local and federal, and I really feel like that's because sometimes a lot of people have unfair, um, expectations of.
You might want to move your chair. CBD like he's about to have an orgasm.
Jay Shuggins made a hell of a play.
I mean, if he act crazy, I have no
I'm
problem.
just saying, I told you I'm watching the game. Jay Shuggins made a great play on
Get
second.
him together.
I'm just saying.
Make sure you sit him in the back seat.
He gonna be in the trunk. He gonna be in my third row.
As long as I make it home and watch the rest of the game.
You can be yelling $40 out the window.
Nah, I gotta do post game.
I'm gonna pull up to his house and I'm just gonna open the back. He can crawl out that way.
Oh shit.
You ready for the post game?
Shit, well, it's about to be damn. But we
Ready
don't
for the post game.
we don't reach the 3-hour mark, so I guess let Lady Internet finish and we can start wrapping this up.
But no, that's all I really wanted to say is that we do need to open the door for those things as a community.
Yeah, definitely. So CP3, what you got to say before we end this?
Let's see. I got a lot of stuff off my chest tonight.
Really?
I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta get that shit out.
Oh, really?
I'm just sorry. It sounds like
was
you
that for?
I was laughing because it kind of sounds like you were talking about pooping or something. And I'm looking at you like, what?
Well, a lot of people need to get that shit out because most of them are full of shit.
Here we go.
I'm just saying, you open the door for it. Let's talk about.
And you know what? Next week, some of the stuff that we talked about earlier off camera, I think we need to talk about next week. Or no, we should say that's a Valentine's Day.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we still need to have that battle of the sexes show because.
Definitely Valentine's week. We're having a battle of the sexes show.
But no, we're gonna talk once we done. But
it's a lot of bullshit going on out here, man. It's a lot of bullshit going on out here on both sides, male and female. That's all I'm gonna say.
You give out bullshit, sir?
It's a lot of bullshit. I ain't got no bullshit. I'm a straightforward motherfucker. I say what's on my mind. I don't have no ulterior,
we had differences of opinion.
Okay.
It wasn't bad, but
I mean, it's.
I can't wait to hear this show.
It's people need to look themselves in the mirror, man. A lot of folks can't do that. I do it every day.
I'm shocked
At the
that you
beginning,
can.
at the beginning of every day and the end of every day. Because I have nothing I regret. I can look myself in the mirror every day and be proud of what I did each day. Because I know I'm every day trying to be a better man, a better person I was the day before. If I wasn't, which a lot of you motherfuckers ain't, but talking that bullshit,
Well, they gotta be motherfuckers though.
because
Right.
they full of shit.
Here you go getting angry.
Okay.
Just like we spoke about earlier, how some dudes portray, oh, I'm not trying to be in a relationship right now, but later on down the line, yada yada. You know that shit ain't true.
Okay, we
Don't
gonna.
sell that shit.
Yo,
He
CB,
must
you,
have been
No, I'm just saying.
you about to go off the rails again.
I'm just saying, if we gonna be real, let's be real. We gonna end this show on the real. The first show of 2021, man. Resolution to y'all fake motherfuckers, to y'all phony motherfuckers, to y'all motherfuckers that say y'all know what y'all want and somebody give it to you and you don't know what the fuck to do with it. Figure out what makes you happy, because I can't do that shit.
Ooh.
You gotta know what the fuck make you happy. Be secure in who you are. Be secure in what you love. So be insecure in what you say. Don't just make that shit lip service. Anybody can regurgitate that shit they saw on a fucking fortune cookie or on a fucking scribble on the bathroom wall.
Okay.
Be real with your shit. I'm tired of coming across motherfuckers that talk that I'm real, I'm this, I'm that. But when it come down to it, you fold like a wet paper fucking bag. Because you can't look yourself in the mirror because you ain't dealing with the shit you got going on.
Notice the bass in his voice.
Because I'm putting this out to a couple different folks that I know on personal levels.
I can feel it.
You goddamn right, because I know what? I'm not putting up with that shit this year. I got a new career to fucking focus on. I got money to make. I got things
Philly
to finance.
just scored, by the way.
I know, I just saw it on my phone.
Thug monologues.
Yeah, you know, I gotta end the show. I've been, you know, I've been keeping it in, but I gotta get. This is where I get.
What you been keeping in? You been yelling.
I've been an adult. I've been PG-13. I
Dude,
haven't
but
been
you've been
R-rated.
yelling and cussing
That's
at
the
people all
passion that
day.
comes out, man. That's
Thug
the
passion.
that
Calm
comes out.
yourself.
Sometimes it gotta come out. Because if it don't, then it's gonna be word vomiting, and then y'all ain't gonna be able to stop it. You're gonna take it off the air.
Lord.
We don't want that.
Oh.
So let me get my little.
Okay, go ahead, Thug
yeah,
passion. Go ahead. Hurry up.
Let's get along.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, man. Be real, man. Just everybody, male, female. I don't give a fuck who you are. Just be real, man. Be real with yourself and be real with whoever you're talking to, dealing with friendship, relationship, work, whatever. Ain't nobody attacking you. Maybe it's with the vibe you putting out there that's making it seem like people are attacking you, but you're putting a certain vibe out there that make you not want to be approachable or make folks talk to you in that certain way. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror. You're the constant factor in all these relationships. It can't always be somebody else's fault. And that's all I got to say.
All right now.
Damn, that was
Good
deep.
job, Thug passion.
I was deep and angry at the same time.
Right.
You gotta get that shit out sometimes, baby. It's been on my mind for a while.
He's like a roller coaster.
I know. It's just been
Man.
no more bullet for you tonight.
It's been 2020 was a roller coaster, man.
That's true. I would
True.
admit. Yeah.
Lady Antoinette, what's going on with you?
Well, you know, I might hit up some distilleries. I want somebody to say something.
I'm just saying, you have a hobby. That's what wrong with
Okay, I might hit one up. I'm not sure yet, but you know, like I said earlier, 2021 is here. You know, 2020, it's been real.
We ain't gonna miss your funky ass.
It's been real, but I mean, like I said, I don't do resolutions. I feel like progression is the main thing. Having positive connections with people. I think I'm a networker, and I network a lot, and I think I'm gonna even kind of amp it up a little bit more, and you know, see how I can benefit or help others benefit from my networking.
That's dope.
Yeah, I network like crazy. So, you know, with that said, 2021, I feel like, you know, a lot of things are gonna change and a lot of things are gonna happen for all of us, you know. Starting January 20th, can't wait for that to get here. That's a big thing.
What that is?
January 20th. You don't know what's happening January 20th? Somebody losing their job and somebody starting their job. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a change, and it might be a little entertaining. Who knows?
It might be a civil war also.
I mean,
you never know what's
even still, regardless of how you look at it, it's gonna be a change on that day.
My shit locked and loaded, ready to go.
And then come spring, my oldest will be moving into our own apartment.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, down in Florida. And
Whoa, all the way to Florida?
yeah,
How
Was she going to school down there?
yeah, she's in school, but because of the pandemic,
Okay.
I got to keep her a little bit longer. So in the spring, she's gonna move down there, and I get to. My son keeps calling me, but in the spring, I get to move my baby girl into her apartment, and then all the things that irritate me that she does at my house. Guess who about to leave the water running and
In her house?
yeah.
Oh, for real? You really plotting?
Oh, I'm gonna be petty. I'm gonna leave the refrigerator open accidentally.
Oh, you've been waiting on this day for a while.
Making a mess, like leaving socks all over. But wait till my son get his own place. Oh, that's gonna be bad, honey. But I can't wait, and I'm proud of her. She's in college. She's doing well. She will be moving into her own place, and she's like real. She's
She got any
back home.
roommates, or is this gonna be by her?
She's trying to get one of her friends to move down.
Yeah.
You know, her friend doesn't go to school, but she'll be joining the workforce.
Okay.
So,
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
Breaking news: the New York Jets have just officially fired Adam Gase after his second season,
wow.
9-23 in 2 seasons. He should never got a job again, but as a head coach, but somebody else took a shot on him, and he did what I figured he would do.
He sucked.
Lose. So first coach fired in the NFL season once the season is over. Washington is up 10-7 on Philly with the ball. 9:20 left in the second quarter. They just got the ball back after.
Gilly, I hope Philly loses. So, cause I still remember when you called when my brother was locked up, and when Philly won that one fucking Super Bowl that they'll never win again.
Dang, that's tough. I mean, I was happy for them, kinda.
I would have been if he wouldn't have called me.
You know how many memes I had to throw away because they won the Super Bowl?
Yeah, you're right.
You know how
We
many
talked
memes
about the
I
fact
was,
that they have done.
I was so upset. I had some great memes for them.
I mean, but at the same time, you have to look at it as a fan. They went all that time without getting a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, and there's still teams that don't have a Super Bowl.
Damn.
Dang, that's tough.
Oh yeah, real quick. Benzino got into it because he made some comments about Eminem, and then he got into a Royce the 5'9".
There are people that don't know Benzino's still alive, but go ahead. Like real talk, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
I didn't until I said.
Yo, so the crazy thing about this conversation is, and I was just looking at something, and the lady Kim, who was the editor of the Source at the time, was talking about how people at the Source felt when Benzino made the people at the Source give his album 5 mics. This is what killed the rating system in the Source.
Yeah, I can see that.
And and I remember because he had his group, Made Men. They were all in the Source, like they were double platinum, and them niggas was like double wood. Like they were like triple copper, and it was just really crazy. And he's going at it with Royce, and and his whole thing was, what about when M, did that freestyle 30 years ago, and he said black bitches, and he was like, M, and I stood up for black women, and but
because he did that, well, we owe him something.
How many times did you call the chick a black bitch?
He probably said it once, but Benzino probably called black women black bitches all the time.
Exactly.
And
So I'm still trying to understand. Do we owe him? Is that what, I mean, I'm confused.
I mean, and it was just really confusing to me, even when Suge Knight made a statement of it, when he was like, yeah, Eminem called black women black bitches. Nigga, your whole record label called black women black bitches.
The whole.
Do you not remember a song on Snoop Dogg's album? Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Yes.
Lick on these nuts and suck this dick. Like they be like, oh, it's different.
Oh.
It's a black man saying it, and it's still,
in my opinion, worse.
if you're defensive, I'm defending black women. Then are you? But you're only defending black women from one white boy. But what about the thousands of black men that say?
What about when you sing it? How about that?
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Exactly. Because let's be real, when it comes to anything Suge talks about, I mean, let's bring Michelle A into the scene. What she got to say?
She talks like a Tiny Toon, so I don't even want to hear her.
I'm just saying. When
She,
it comes
she
to
does.
when it comes to like her, Dre, Suge, all that stuff, really?
Yeah, I mean,
Was you stepping up for her?
there was the same dude who used to have people beat up. So you know, what about black men?
But we know about the black man. Did he touch a woman? I don't know.
Well,
We were told that he was ruthless and savage. How we
uh,
know he ain't do that with the women
according
too?
to Miss Chalet, she said the only she, which is I find this to be untrue because you married your ex-husband's business partner, but she said the only man to beat her
Was Dre.
was Dre.
Mm-hmm.
She said that on Wendy Williams. I don't know how credible that is.
That's Wendy. But,
So
but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, there were times where Suge was even silent when he shouldn't have been.
yeah,
Um, and that's assuming that he didn't do anything himself.
yeah. If he was fucking around with if he was fucking around with Miss Chalet, but standing there letting her get beat, what does that say? The
But
character,
you a tough guy. You punishment for less.
yeah,
So like I said, let's bring Michelle and let's talk to her and ask her some questions before he sits there and says that he defends black women.
that's true.
So I ain't listening to that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, even with Benzino, like Benzino should never make a rap album ever again,
He just needs to sit down.
and two, like you have so much credibility, like you do Hip Hop Weekly, like you own that, and you have so much credibility, but then you just fuck up your integrity when you like whatever your beef or whatever, whenever you don't like them, you don't like them. That's that. It
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
But don't bring up a 20-year-old beef on something that's like and I ain't the biggest Eminem fan,
Right.
but he said what he said, and plenty of people have said worse.
But here's the thing. I understand that you want to point out something that's wrong. Okay. I understand that. However, when you're doing that, you can go ahead and take that opportunity to admit your faults too.
That's true as well.
And I would be able to receive that a little better if that's how you approach the situation and made it a learning, a learning situation, not just I'm pointing the fingers, oh he did that.
Yeah.
Oh, but you did it too. So yeah, he may be wrong, but that means you're wrong too. You know?
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
I definitely feel that. I definitely feel.
Don't use the black women cause to fuel your beef.
Especially when you're using the black women cause, but when it comes to you, you be like, well, you're not in mean to offend them.
It's only you're only using that when it is when it works for you.
Exactly, exactly. So other than that, I ain't really got nothing. We got another show next week. CP3, you're always it's very interesting today.
You always gotta switch it up sometimes. Make sure
Yeah,
you
switch up your liquor and then things go crazy.
Yeah. You're very aggressive today, sir.
Like y'all said, at the bar radio, that's what
no
we do.
more bullet.
So,
you can't drink bullet and talk about Frito. So
yeah, apparently.
Shit happens, man.
That shit went dark.
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow night, Sports and Hill Podcast, True Radio Network.
You should be drinking water tomorrow.
We'll be recapping this divisional matchup and talking some NBA roundtable. Tune in. 9 o'clock might be a little late, depending if I get another sale. Make sure you come check me out. 2450 Crane Highway, Waldorf Honda, new to use, pre-owned certified, northbound side, across from the Popeyes and Lowe's. Sports OTHP Apparel, Beats by CP3. Inbox me. Hashtag CP3. You'll find me. Google me. I'm done.
All right, so this is a new video that we're gonna play, and then we're gonna be out of here.
All right, bye.
Video.
Yeah, you know the vibes. Don't matter. Yeah, you know the vibes. I'ma ride tonight. See me posted up, solo dolo all the time. Know you see the difference. Check me out, I'm living. I know it hurt your feelings. You see a bad bitch winning. I'm used to diss me, now you miss me, and your nigga wanna see me. Couldn't hear me when I was talking, but now you hear me clearly. Don't ask no questions, cause I learned my lesson. Now I got your attention, you realize I'm a blessing. So I'ma ride out with my girls tonight. Know they do no talking and they always down to ride. See me never lacking, nigga, so you know it's cracking, nigga. Through my top, off my bottle, no I do no capping, nigga. And you know it's wild, I switched up my style to think I wasn't good enough. Damn, that shit was wild. But you know it's cool, cause I played by no rules. Best believe I'ma always keep my cool, cause you know the vibes, I'ma ride tonight. See me posted up, solo dolo all the time. Know you see the difference, check me out, I'm living. I know it hurt your feelings, see a bad bitch winning. Used to diss me, now you miss me, and your nigga wanna see me. Couldn't hear when I was talking, now you fucking hear me clearly. Don't ask no questions, cause I learned my lesson. Now I got your attention, you realize I'm a blessing. I know you hate to see me glow, all that's cute, your feeling shows. Seeing that I was naive, my girl said I told you so. I couldn't see what people seen, it was such a big dream. Painting pictures in my head, a bunch of fucking make-believe. But now you see the real me, and now you see me vibing. I'm on the right path, they like the way I'm styling. They wanna see me down, so I know I can't fail. Rub my own back, I'm really glad I could prevail. But now you see the difference, can't check me cause I'm winning. I know it hurt your feelings to see a bad bitch winning. It's all so messed up, you really had me fucked up. Too bad I don't backtrack, no stress, got my heart back. You know the vibes, I'ma ride tonight. See me posted up, solo dolo all the time. Know you see the difference, check me out, I'm living. I know it hurt your feelings, see a bad bitch winning. Used to diss me, now you miss me, and your nigga wanna see me. Couldn't hear when I was talking, now you fucking hear me clearly. Don't ask no questions, cause I learned my lesson. Now I got your attention, you realize I'm a blessing. I am. You know I'm a blessing. Yes, sir. Oh, I
There are two major crises in this country tonight, okay? As I said, two deadly viruses killing Americans. COVID-19, racism 20.
Damn, why I'm writing this in 2020? Why you bumping this in 2020? Should be living life in 2020. Oh well, welcome to, look, on the run like a bad sentence. Cause in America we dodging police and pandemics. I'm stressed out and lost count of black souls lifted. They wanna keep us 6 feet under, that's social distance. Only feel my presence cause I'm gifted and I'm different, where's the loving? Strip us of our rights till we left with nothing. I can't, no my wife he can't survive. No my daughter gotta wonder why her daddy ain't alive. And the killer's still lurking, yet my uncle in his cell. Goddamn, is my skin tone really a threat? Could I really be next? Wish this black flesh came with a vest. Wish a safe space came with a home, thought that was standard. Right now I'm leaning heavy on God like Ned Flanders. Cause I'm losing hope, trying to cope and can't hug my mama. That just come with being black in America. Swear they never had our backs in America. Damn, why I'm writing this in 2020? Why you bumping this in 2020? Should be living life in 2020. Oh well, welcome to 2020.
Times on the ribs like sweet baby rays. The wrong way to live, still the streets they be plagued. With the badge and the gun out, having some fun. Now the eye holes cut in the sheets, gravy stain. Channeling my ancestors as they use the voodoo. Eating rhyming, you can hear the magic through the noodles. Mix the silk, the shaka, Khan and Shaka Zulu. It's common sense to know that stop and frisk and turn and stop and shoot you. Shit, my heart died when Trayvon stopped beating. Heard George Floyd, they minds not sleeping. And we all wanna act woke with arms on our damn throats. Just another black ghost gone screaming. We up in cages at the arraignment, look at the pain we've been through. Breonna Taylor, we got the same, and look at the way they did you. This shit is racial, this ain't no fable, this is a fatal issue. DiCaprio's call us snappy hoes until Django hit you. got so much time today, yeah. How my folks gon' find a way, yeah. How my folks gon' find a way, yeah.
Come on, officer, I'm sorry, officer.
Living good won't die the same.
Welcome to 2020.
Freedom ain't free, my nigga, don't be deceived. Took Cap's pension for getting on bending knee. Took that same knee and put it on Floyd's neck. And I can't help but think that one of my boys next. Yeah, wasn't with the looters, but I bought it from the boosters. I don't know the shooters, but I know a couple shooters. Slide like a scooter, then slide to Bermuda. Bunch of homicides and hallelujahs. Look, I don't fuck with cats like Luca. I need 6 feet, that's crucial. And all these freak bands like Future. Yeah. I wanna take this mask off and risk it, but I just lost my grandma to COVID, I'm livid, yeah. Can't sleep cause my nightmares is vivid. Crooked police and politician. Listen, feeling taunted as this strange fruit dangle. I know they want me cuffed to my ankle.
Damn, why I'm writing this in 2020? Why you bumping this in 2020? Should be living life in 2020. Oh well, welcome to 2020.
Welcome to 2020. Vision seen blurry. See the people scurry. We was in a hurry, rush, headed nowhere. Living life blind, did some things thought we'd never see in our lifetime. Shut it all down. Man, did it, pandemic. Damn, this ain't quarantine, warring things, rioting. Why can't we all get along? Here's an easy answer. The system made the whole country bleed, it's cancer. Racists used to run this shit. Go and tell Edgar Hoover been gone. Death to the go and tell, death to Sambo. Black Rambo was doing the truth like Sojourner. Duke the slow learners. They served y'all with curveballs, now it's time to break wrists. Shake up the industry, implement the facelift. My president was black, can't even claim this dude. I'm red, black, and green as much as red, white, and blue. Word to Crow.
I got so much time today, yeah. How my folks gon' find a way, yeah. How my folks gon' find a way, yeah. Living good won't die the same.